What's going on, family? I will be with you guys in just a minute. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the podcast, Marcus Speaks Live. I'm your host, Marcus Speaks. So, let's get through the beginning, everything that I do in the beginning of this. So if you guys could, don't be shy, write something in the live chat. I'm paying directly to it. I'm paying attention directly to it, as well as showing up on the screen. If you could, do not forget on Fridays, if you tuned in last night to my game stream that I do every week. I'm currently playing Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you guys want to check that out, there is a playlist for it on my main channel as well as my second channel, and I'll get to that in just a minute. So if you have any sort of story ideas, story recommendations, game recommendations, anything that you can think of that might help the show, you can do so. Alright, you can either put it in the live chat, you can either put it in the comment section, either on here on YouTube or on Facebook, which is I'm also streaming live too. Or you hit me up in my DMs and show me a video or just something that's going on in the world. And the way that you can do that is you can follow me on my social medias. The way that you can do that is I'm on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. I'm also on Facebook at Marcus Speaks. And also I have a group page on Facebook, so if you want to join that as well, I would highly recommend you do. That's at Marcus Speaks Podcast. It has everything that I've ever done since I've made it. So everything that I've ever done since I've made that page, it should be on there. So go ahead and follow that page as well as follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'm also on Twitter at Marcus Speaks 25. So follow me on there. Everything that you see on Instagram or Facebook also goes on Twitter. So I make sure I'm well-rounded and getting everything out. Excuse me. I stream on Twitch on Fridays with my game stream. So if you guys would like to follow me there, the link is in the description below. You can find me at Marcus Speaks Play. All one word. Like I said earlier, I have a second channel as well as my main channel that you're watching right now. My main channel is Marcus Speaks, as you can see, and then my main channel as well on YouTube is Marcus Speaks Play, right? Where I only exclusively do game stuff, just game things, such as video games. So, links are in the description below, so if you guys would like to check those out, they're all in the description below. My social medias, where you can find me as far as YouTube, Twitch, and stuff like that. You can find me on there. You can find those right there on my game. So don't be shy, check those out. Follow me, subscribe. I'm streaming live using Restream.com to YouTube and Facebook on Fridays. Pay attention to my show. You can see that I stream on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. So if you guys are interested in watching my game stream that happens on Fridays, Marcus Speaks Play. I have playlists of the games that I've played, such as Mario, Mafia. I did a game free-for-all where I just played random games, and right now I'm playing Guardians of the Galaxy, and I also played I can't think of the game, Ghost of Tsushima, sorry. So, if you guys want to really look at this, like get the broad awareness of this, I delete the live video, off from Facebook, and the link stays in its place. The link is there now, so if you're watching me on Facebook, please click that link. Either go to my Facebook page or go to my group page, Marcus Speaks Podcast. Hit that link. It should be the last thing that I posted. I just posted this a little while ago. Join me here on YouTube, alright? I would much rather you be here on YouTube because then you can interact with me as well as I can interact with you. And please do me a favor so this video can get out. Like this video. Share this video on your social medias as well. If you could, share my main channel to your social media so people can know what's going on here. As well as every Friday and every Saturday. As well, if you're new here to the channel, please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. And make sure you hit that bell icon to all so you get all of my notifications when I go live. Because I only go live and I rarely post a pre-recorded video. Only for the simple fact that it's always hassle me editing. That's the only reason why I do live videos. So, how about we get into the show? If you're here with me right now, I applaud you. If you're about to listen to a hard-hitting show. Oh, I see I got some people here right now. If you could, if you missed it already, go ahead. Like this video. Share this video and subscribe if you're new. Hit that bell icon to all. So, let me get through a few things first before I get into the actual topic, and I hope you guys enjoy. So first things first, Kyle Rittenhouse. He has been acquitted of all 5 of his charges, and seems to me Portland, Oregon, and New York has both, and I think Chicago as well, has busted into protests. Why, I have no idea, but that's neither here nor there. So Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted of all of his criminal charges from what happened last year in Kenosha. And um he got acquitted of those charges is because my personal opinion is probably because of the judge and how he conducted the courtroom. Now, I will say, like I said last week, I think I think the one thing that we should all be paying attention to more is the Ahmaud Arbery case because it's another black man that's been killed for some stupid ass reason. The Kyle Rittenhouse thing is important because as you know, the presidential regime now wants to get rid of firearms. So Carl Rittenhouse's case wasn't really on or about what he did criminally, which was he killed two people and injured one with an AR-15 rifle, or I think it was considered a pistol of what they were called, but whatever. This is, and also not only firearms of what is trying to be taken away from us, also self-defense. That's another thing that was on trial. So for the people who are out there that's protesting about race, it's not nothing about that. It's all about owning a firearm and defending yourself. So if you guys don't understand that by now, then I don't know what to tell you. All right. Um. So Kyle, he busted out in tears as anybody would if they was acquitted of 5 charges and facing a life sentence in jail. Um. I know his feeling all too well for the simple fact that I've been in a court case before, and yeah, hearing that none of your charges have been brought to you and you won't be serving any time makes life even easier. So, to Kyle, I would say this is your time now, I guess, to go into hiding because it's gonna be motherfuckers actually looking for you now. All right, let's move on. 90s singer Christopher Williams, he's in a coma right now. But they said that he has given um, instructions, and they said that it was a CD next to his bed when they found him, and it told them, "Don't wake me, I'm dreaming." Oh, I couldn't wait to get that joke out. But yeah, just saying. That's just he's in a coma. All right, I'm only making light of him because he has a song called "Don't Wake Me." So it was, the joke. It was telegraphed, but y'all understand what the hell I was trying to do. But anyway, um, yeah. So he's in a coma, and there has been no further word on how he's doing. They said he's doing good, but there's nothing further else than that. Yeah, that's that right there too. Um, so let's get into this real quick. The baby and Danny Lee, how the hell you say her name? They were on Instagram sometime last week. On the baby's Instagram, and you heard the baby say some shit to Danny Lay or Danny Lee. I'm gonna say Danny. I'm gonna say Danny Lay. I think that's how you say it. So Danny Lay and the baby had like an argument. The shit didn't sound out of the ordinary from certain things that people go through in their relationships. But the baby said some shit that she shouldn't have said on camera. And that one thing was that you are my side bitch. You never tell you. Well, your side bitch you already know that she's your side bitch. That's number one. So the baby fucked up right there. Number two, how is it that she had to be told? That was kind of special for him to do that. For to tell her, hey, you my side chick, and that's all you gonna be, and all this other craziness. But yeah. But let's get into what actually doesn't look right. He he had a past video that he took. I'm guessing it was on IG Live as well, where he was telling her that he loved her. Now, I do understand that, feelings change over time, but you put a baby in this woman, sir. I understand that you're, a multi-million dollar rap star. I don't listen to your music. I really don't care for new rappers. That ship has sailed for me. Like, liking new rap, that ship has sailed. So all these new rappers out here, if you get a spin for me, it's only because it's probably on the radio, and there's nothing else on the radio to listen to other than y'all stupid asses. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's weird because Danny Lay, I guess, is in love with this guy. Was told that he she was told then that she was his side bitch, and you could tell that she was hurt, that he hurt her feelings with that, and she wanted him to get off the phone, and so they could talk about it, and then whatever the hell happened between that and then her getting arrested for simple assault. Now, I do understand that shit could have got even rougher if the cops didn't come. But I will say that, how you gonna kick your baby mama out your house knowing y'all got a 4 month old baby? What the hell is wrong with this dude? But he talking about, yeah, I got, I gotta take care of, this shit because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of my kids because I'm a man. It's like, nah, dog. That ain't no man shit. How you gonna lay down with a woman, have her living in your house, and then kick her out when you get tired of her? Like, if anything, the baby fucked up Danny Lay's career by impregnating her and then having her have the child. Because as far as what I understand from what I had to look up about this girl, she had just had a song that streamed a few million times on YouTube, and I guess she has many millions of streams on Spotify and stuff like that. She has songs with the baby as himself, and I guess her first song was with Chris Brown, and that was doing good. Like, her career was actually taking the fuck off. So you gonna hinder her career by impregnating her, but then you talking about, this is man shit that I'm doing, and I gotta take care of mine, and all this other craziness and stuff like that. What the fuck is you talking about? But anyway, so yeah, she was arrested. I guess she's staying at a Charlotte hotel somewhere. Hopefully, it's the one that's next to the exotic car um, what do you call that? Um, anyway, it's a place that sells exotic cars. Um, that a Hilton isn't that's in back a Hilton's in back of it, but that sits on the street. The way I know this is because I took a trip to Charlotte, and that's the Hilton that I stayed at, where um, the foreign cars were being sold, and there's some sort of gas station across the street. Anyway, but she's staying somewhere, and he's fucking whoever the hell he's fucking. Who cares? So, yeah, all I would have to say is the baby. For somebody that's a little older than you, please keep your business offline, because not only, well, your fans may want to see that, but the general public don't want to hear these stories. So please keep yourself offline, because nobody wants to hear it, wants to see this shit. Like, you're downing a woman, which makes you look like a fool for the simple fact that both of you are arguing about some foolish shit, and no one can tell who's the fool. So just keep your business offline. That's all I ask. But anyway, yeah. Well, who wants to get into the show? So, this constant question that I was seeing being asked a lot. I don't know why this question, I kept running into it, but it is the title of of the video. Why aren't men dating? And some people will say that it's due to that, you know, the dating pool's a little fragmented right now. Or some people will say that it's because of feminism. Or it's because some people may say chivalry is dead. Excuse me. Who knows? Alright? Who knows why everyone isn't dating anymore? Only for the simple fact that, you know, it's only but so much people can do. And you know, I'm gonna try to dive deep into this tonight, and try to get some sort of understanding on why people aren't dating anymore. Um, but my personal opinion, I would say why people aren't dating anymore. It's probably this. Uh, I would say probably because the dating pool's a little suspect right now. Like, it's very suspect. Um, okay, good. That makes me sound better. So yeah, um, let's dive into this. Like, let's get into it. But before I do that, I have to do this first, because if you're somebody that's watched my show before, you know what I do. And just to explain it for all the new folks, when I make points, I have videos to go along with it. But sometimes Facebook and YouTube don't like me playing these videos. Number one, because they not mine. But number two, it's because they try and keep a black man down. It's like, nah, I'm playing. But anyway, yeah, I do play videos to further my point. But um, anyway, let's just get into it. All right. So, um, the first thing that I have for you right now is this video.
Question, do y'all boys actually ask someone to be your girlfriend anymore? Like, you don't even have to buy anything. I don't think y'all realize how easy it is to make us happy. Seriously.
Has this chick been in a coma for the past 6 fucking years? Between certain movements riddled with false claims, most men don't want to take the chance to ask a woman out these days lest it be deemed harassment. These days, a man can't flick a fucking booger in a woman's direction without doing 5 to 10. Not to mention the fact that women crave attention, so a girl who appears to be into you until you ask them out, just to realize you were being used for that very reason.
I did not know that they played the entire goddamn. Well, maybe
Strategy, ladies.
It's not the words, but it is the beat in the background. So hopefully, what I'm playing right now is drowning that out a little bit. All right, let's continue.
With it. Potential incredible relationships are being wasted on these mind games. And did she really just say it's easy to please a woman? Lady, it would literally be less painful for me to wipe my ass with a fucking cactus than to try to figure out what pleases you. Ladies, most of you don't even know what makes you happy. And honestly, I think most men are just sick and tired and done trying to figure out what it takes to achieve that goal. When you're being used as a fountain for perpetual adoration, eventually you're going to stop feeding water to that fountain.
All right. That was I would say a red pill's thoughts on why dating isn't the way that it should be right now. So, the question, and before I continue, if you guys follow me on social media, I was supposed to have a guest with me tonight. My guest couldn't make it. So, but I did send him the link just in case things work out and stuff like that. I told him if he could be here by 6:30, then cool. But I did send him the link just in case if he wants to pop on. So, DLP, if you watching this right now, if whenever you get off or if you listening to this, whenever you know leave from where you at and you can get yourself to a stationary place or at your computer or something like that, you can hop on. All right, I'll add your name to the title and everything. It's no biggie. All right. So this is the question I was going to ask DLP to Prince, but he's not here with us right now. But I will ask you guys, why have men given up on dating? Like, what is the causes of why females feel like men aren't dating or trying to date them anymore? Is it because this newfound norm of homosexuality is something that should be to blame for the heterosexual market of dating to collapse? Is it because feminism has taken reared its ugly head to where men aren't dating anymore because of the Me Too movement, or the feminists having their ways of thinking and stuff like that? Is it that, or is it that people on both sides, both man and woman, they don't want to date no more. They found out something that my generation probably hasn't half of my generation either found out or don't want to do, such as get married and stuff like that. My generation, most of us are married, most of us aren't. Some want to live the single life, some want to get married. Who knows what could be the cause of this, but it all goes to show why this dating market is, in the dumps. All right, so let's get into this. So today, men are giving confusing and contradictory advice, i.e., Kevin Samuels. Socially, they are expected to be compliant, i.e., cooperative partners, cooperative partners to women. However, they are also urged by women's sexual interests to maintain an attractive personality, i.e., assertive and ambitious. Unfortunately, men sometimes report that attempting to balance these notions does not result in satisfaction, happiness, or women's appreciation uh, and respect. The men that I speak with lament about being in a no-win situation in modern dating. If they follow what society tells them to do, they often end up good guys who are taken advantage of, mistreated, and disrespected. In contrast, if they follow more assertive biological imperatives, they are labeled jerks and players who may be sexually blah, 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 who may get sexual gratification but not love or respect from what they would consider a good woman. Overall, overall, they report that there is often little incentive for men to date and even less for them to consider long-term commitments. The internet is making people have antisocial tendencies. Online dating has ruined it for many men. And I would say, myself personally, the internet also has made people social zombies. No one talks to anybody anymore unless it's online. That's just my personal sentiments. All right, let's keep going. This section is called Double Binds and Insufficient Incentives. Let me take a pull real fast. All right, we are all motivated to seek out rewards and avoid punishment. When rewards outweigh punishment, people perform behaviors. When punishments weigh more heavily, people avoid those same behaviors. Essentially, many men report that they find modern dating a preliminary punishing affair. Changing social norms have allowed few avenues by which they can be both acceptable as a relationship partner and attractive as a sex partner. As a result, at least half of their needs are unfulfilled regardless of the decision they make. So the question that I have to ask, um, and I ask to y'all, why is it that men feel that punishments outweighs reward when going into or thinking of going into a relationship? I have a long ass answer for that, and I was gonna try to freestyle it the best way I could, but I wrote so much for this answer, and I hoped that DLP had something on this as well. I was gonna have him go first to answer the question. So this is what I said. Well, that's easy. The punishments outweigh the rewards on the basis of gender roles have changed slightly. Women have become more oriented as well as being more needy. And I mean needy by needing more attention because, Anyway, I know what I'm talking about because I've been in several relationships where women are very career oriented, but then when they come home, they want all the attention in the world. I give that, and then we're all happy and we all fucking nut everywhere. But anyway, let's keep going. Uh, Women have become more career oriented as well. I said our social media have skewed the reality of things to where if we don't get back to if we don't get back to basics, we're doomed. Men see relationships as a weight and feel like it holds no importance. Hold on, what I say? Men see relationships as a weight and feel like it holds no importance in their lives, as well as the dating pool has become tainted to the point that even thinking about pursuing a relationship in today's society, makes men give up. I hear this. I heard this somewhere, and it goes like this: a man's issue is getting a woman. Just think of what we have to do to impress, pursue, and persuade a potential mate. Uh, why we're uh, why we're good enough as a person, blah blah blah, a person of interest. So I'll say that again. A man's issue is getting a woman, but when we get them, we keep them. Which means once we get them, we want to revel in our success of getting you and showing you off as ours or mine to our family and friends. A woman's issue is keeping a man. Once they have us, they don't know how to keep us entertained. And I mean entertained by men, intellectually fulfilling us, basically. All right. To keep us entertained, not by sex, not hold on. Woman, woman's issue is keeping a man. Once they have us, they don't know how to keep us entertained, not just by sex, not just by seeking our interest, but really intellectually paying close attention of what we actually want out of the relationship. But she has no problem getting a man, meaning she can look pretty, get our attention, laugh at our corny jokes to show that she's interested ad nauseum. Sounds crazy, but it is what it is. All right. So that's my answer for that question. The question is, why is it that men feel punishment outweighs reward when going into and or thinking of going into a relationship? Right. So let's keep going. If men choose to follow social norms and become compliant as good guys, they may get a relationship partner. However, due to women's social versus biological double bind, I got my man here with me. Yes. Yeah, we got you, homie. How you
See if
doing?
I can't get myself in here, man.
All right, so this is what I'm
Can't
gonna
hear you.
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask you this question real fast. Well, I'm gonna go back a little bit. I got some questions to ask you. You can't hear me?
Can't hear you.
All right, hold on. Let me see. You can't hear me? All right,
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't hear.
all right, hold on. Might have to cut my music off. About now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, my bad in advance. I've never used Restream before, so like I can't hear anything.
You got some headphones?
Let me see. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on, give me a second.
All right, people. This is what I'm gonna do real fast. I'm going to take a break so he can get situated real fast, and I'll be right back. All right. Where we at? Do you think you can hear me now? Do you think you can hear me now? I can't even hear him. Can you hear me?
Some MacGyver.
All right, I got you. I got you up in my headphones now. I can hear you. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Can you hear me now? You can hear me? All right, I can't hear you now. I can't hear you now. Testing, testing. I'm just keep saying testing until you can hear me. Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Can't
All
hear
right,
a damn thing because I got the freaking mic on and it's not working that way. All right.
all right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Because I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
You hear me just fine? All right.
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Okay. All right. Yeah, we good.
All right. Good. 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 All right, people. This is my guest that I got with me right now. This is Mr. DLP, the Prince.
Go on,
So
yo.
I've gotten into the conversation already, and what I was saying, so basically when I opened, I talked about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Do you have anything to add on the Kyle Rittenhouse thing?
I mean, honestly, my personal opinion on it, like it took it to court. I knew right, saying right as soon as some of the antics and certain things got brought up about the case, as it was going on, I was like, all right, the vibe right now already lets me know this is gonna be up and so this is gonna be over and done. This is a formality. We're just gonna get through this, and that's exactly what happened. you
Exactly.
know, you know, but it was done. It was done in court. So like, hey, ain't really much, we can say about it.
Now look, this is what I gotta say to this, and I should reset the show real fast.
Yeah.
Everybody, if you could, please like this video, share this video, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell icon to all. I have with me right now Mr. DLP the Prince. You can find him on YouTube at DLP the Prince 8706, correct?
That's right.
That's right, 87. So on YouTube, you can find him on at DLP space the Prince 8706. All right. So, all right. Okay. So I made a joke as well. Not on the Kyle thing. Did you know
Yeah.
that the singer? Did you know that the singer Christopher Williams was in the hospital in a coma?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
But he said he left a note next to him, and it said, "Don't wake me, I'm dreaming."
That's funny.
All right.
Especially if he did it.
The last thing is, did you see what happened with the baby and Danny?
Oh man. Just tacky. You know what I mean? It's tacky.
Yes.
Real tacky. I mean, honestly, I can't say I've been like in the favor of the baby for a lot of different things that he's been doing lately. You know what I mean? So, especially on this here, like you got a baby. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? You brought a baby into this world. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Handle that.
That to me, that was fucked up. How you gonna
Yeah.
kick baby mama out of your house and she has y'all's baby with her? What the hell is
You
wrong
know,
with
and you just putting this out there. You know what I mean? There's a certain vibe you just putting out there to the world. You know what I mean?
you? Right.
You got your all your business is just out in the street, and it's not even good.
And not only is he's putting it out there by himself. He's not even thinking about this shit. Like, maybe I shouldn't post this.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
nah,
just does
fuck
it. You
yeah,
know, I mean, the
post
baby
this.
has killed somebody, so like he really just don't care. He don't care.
This shit is wild. But basically all I said was he needs to get his shit together
Yeah.
and all this other shit, because it's not really making much sense what the hell he's doing right now.
Nope.
So, all right. So I asked I've asked two questions so far with
Uh-huh.
what what's happened. So what I'm gonna do, what I should do, I should play you the video that I've played, real fast,
Okay.
and it's a minute long. So here it goes.
Question, do y'all boys actually ask someone to be your girlfriend anymore? Like, you don't even have to buy anything. I don't think y'all realize how easy it is to make us happy. Seriously.
Has this chick been in a coma for the past 6 fucking years? Between certain movements riddled with false claims, most men don't want to take the chance to ask a woman out these days lest it be deemed harassment. These days, a man can't flick a fucking booger in a woman's direction without doing 5 to 10. Not to mention the fact that women crave attention. So a girl who appears to be into you until you ask them out, just to realize you were being used for that very reason. Pick a strategy, ladies, and stick with it. Potential incredible relationships are being wasted on these mind games. And did she really just say it's easy to please a woman? Lady, it would literally be less painful for me to wipe my ass with a fucking cactus than to try to figure out what pleases you. Ladies, most of you don't even know what makes you happy. And honestly, I think most men are just sick and tired and done trying to figure out what it takes to achieve that goal. When you're being used as a fountain for perpetual adoration, eventually you're going to stop feeding water to that fountain.
All right, that was that. And I basically said that dude sounded like one of the red pill community people. And myself personally, I have a real problem with these guys, mainly because of their who they call their godfather, Kevin Samuels.
Uh-huh.
This dude's been
Kevin Samuels, man, that boy, he's something else.
Yes. He's been wreaking havoc all over the fucking internet.
Yep.
And I feel like he doesn't feel as if nobody can say shit about what the hell he's talking about.
Oh yeah, especially on his show. You know how he is on his show.
Yeah.
When you bring him on his show, you on my time. This is my time.
Yeah. I did a video, like, it was during the summer, I think. It was his high value philosophy next to comedian Patrice O'Neal's relationship philosophy. Have you ever heard Patrice O'Neal talk about relationships and stuff?
I remember hearing some stuff, but go ahead, give me a recap.
All right, the recap of the show was basically, I compared both philosophies. Kevin's philosophy sounded more on the side of some bullshit. Like, his main philosophy is the high value man philosophy, and I broke all 5 things down. Which is, and I wish I had the paper in front of me because I didn't know I was going to be talking about this. But basically, his philosophy holds no weight because he has no high valued men on his show to then teach other men who want to become high valued men to become high valued men. It's moot. It makes no sense.
Yep.
Then on the flip side, you got Patrice O'Neal's philosophy, which his philosophy seemed to work because Not only was he a 300 some odd pound big black dude, he was about 6'5" or something like that, weighed 300 and some odd pounds. But if you looked at his girlfriend, you'd be like, okay, I see how that worked. Because his wife was smoking hot, like fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
So
there was a confident man.
Exactly. So I basically weighed in both things, and to me, because I took Patrice's philosophy and made it into all my own type of thing, and it seemed to work. So my first question that I asked was, why have men given up on dating?
That could be. I mean, honestly, it's not one answer for that. There's so many different reasons why, man. Me Too didn't happen that long ago. So like that's definitely a big hit right there in the dating pool. You know what I mean? A lot of I hated it actually when the Me Too movement like originally started. There was not enough conversation between both sides to actually really define what harassment was. You know what I mean? There wasn't enough conversation, and it is not a thing of like this side is right and that side is wrong. No one was talking. You need to have the conversation in order to get somewhere.
Exactly.
And when that happened, there was some people that was just certain ladies, they were all over the place as far as what they thought what harassment really was. You know what I mean? They just thought, hey, you speaking to me, I don't like you, that's harassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, some people just talk to people.
Right.
Not everybody's trying to fuck you.
Like, you can't even, and this has been even before the Me Too movement, you can't even tell people, like a woman at your job, that, oh, those jeans look nice, or that's
you'll be in HR.
Yeah.
But you change the same situation around. How many females have you always known within your professional life that have been able to touch you, then talk about whatever, and there never was a line drawn?
Right.
But if you switch that, yes.
Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like, I personally, every woman that I work with, I try not to look at them.
That's what I'm saying. You do the best you can to just be like, hey, what's going on? This is not about work? Okay, I'm out.
If they're cute, I'm like, okay, in my mind, okay, they're cute. I can't tell her that. If she got a big old ass, and I know many of us men have worked with a woman that got a big old ass, and it hurts us that we can only look straight. We can't look at her shoes because they go and say, "Oh, he was trying to look at my ass."
Mm-hmm. All you can do is just be like, respectfully, just respectfully. That's from now on. That's all I say now is just respectfully. Respectfully what? Just respectfully whatever. It's respectful.
All right, so I'm gonna read. Let's see. Let me see if Marcus speaks. Let me see if the second part goes into. I mean, this first thing that I talked about goes into the question. Because maybe if I give you what I said, it'll make more sense when you answer it. So yes, it will. Okay. So what I said was, in the second set, it's like the beginning section of what I'm talking about. It's called double binds and insufficient incentives. So it goes, we are all motivated to seek out rewards and avoid punishments. When rewards outweigh punishment, people perform behaviors. When punishments weigh more heavily, people avoid those same behaviors. Essentially, many men report that they find modern dating a primary punishment. Find modern dating primarily. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to say. That's the reason I'm probably fucking up saying most.
Primarily a punishment.
Okay, here it goes. I read it wrong, so I'll read this section.
Okay.
Essentially, many men report that they find modern dating a primarily punishing affair. Changing social norms have allowed few avenues by which they can be both acceptable as a relationship partner and attractive as a sex partner. As a result, at least half of their needs are unfulfilled, regardless of decisions they make. So the question I asked was, why is it? Why is that men feel that punishments outweighs reward when going into or thinking of going into a relationship? What's your answer, sir?
And that whole deal, I don't know. Like for that whole ordeal, I just feel like some guys out there, I guess they just feel spoiled. maybe you
Right,
maybe you've gotten the honey pot a little bit too many times. You haven't had to work for anything.
right.
Because the honest truth about relationship is it takes work. It's
This
you know
is
what I mean? It's not gonna be easy when you get there.
this is my thing, and I'll re-answer
Yeah,
myself. So if you have more to elaborate on, you can.
yeah,
'Cause
go ahead.
I had a long, elaborate answer. So this is my thing. When I meet a girl, once we're going into the courting stage of after meeting and exchanging numbers and stuff like that, my test to them is, and I don't tell them, I
Mhm.
want them to do it themselves.
Okay.
My test is I want you to avoid all feelings that you wanted of doing something sexually or what have you. I want you to avoid that. Secondly, if you have a child, I don't want to meet your child at first. Give this some time because I don't know if you're going to be around as long as I want you to, and nor do I know if I'll be around as long as I want to as well. So it's certain things I don't want to see, meet, or do with you in the beginning. Am I open to those things? Yes, I am. But I don't want you to fall into the trap of doing them. That's my whole thing. So if I meet a girl, she has a child, I don't want to meet her child right away. Give it some time because kids are impressionable.
Yeah,
So
they are.
meeting a child and then the child liking me and then latching on, and then let's say we don't speak anymore, well, you're going to keep hearing questions from your child asking, well, where's Mr. Marcus?
Yep.
Why don't you talk to Mr. Marcus anymore? You
Yep.
should
Man, you definitely.
allow me to meet your child because now you have a problem.
Hmm.
So, and I will say with the whole sex thing, I don't mind having sex with the girl right when I meet them. I just don't want you to think that we should do that for the simple fact that sex brings on emotions, sex brings on all of these feelings that we may not have for each other tomorrow. It's
Yep.
just these feelings that we have are in the moment. So, you know,
Yeah.
uh,
Sometimes people do forget about what lust is. You know what I mean? They really forget what lust is.
right.
Because once that goes away, it's like, hey, all right, what the hell did we just do? What did we just do? what? Oh my God, what did I do?
What's your name again?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, where am I? Where, where the hell am I?
Um. So yeah, I wasn't too far into the show really, before you came on. So, uh, this next part is if men choose to follow social norms and become compliant as good guys, they may get a relationship partner. However, due to women's social versus biological double bind, these compliant men may also not be attractive to those same relationship partners. As a result, they may be punished by their girlfriends and or wives' lack of sexual interest, being cheated on or disrespected as a pushover. These men may further be regarded as just friends. That means the friend zone for all the stupid people out there.
Oh my God, the friend zone.
Expected to pay for all of the costs of the relationship without the physical and intimate benefits. Man,
You know a
look.
lot of them out there. I know a lot of them out there.
Let's dive into that part real fast. The simps. These are the guys, the friend zone guys, and the friend zone guys and these simps out there that meet girls and the girl potentially doesn't want to do anything, but since they ain't doing shit, they want to keep them around.
Yeah.
And that's when financially the guy starts buying things for the girl for sexual favors, as well as want to be in a relationship with them, but they get their heart broken at the end of it by them saying, "Well, I never really liked you like that. I looked at you like a brother, or whatever," which is fucked up. I've never been
fucked up. But here's the thing about the guys in the friend zone. You put yourself there. You know what I mean?
right.
You put yourself there, because really, the friend zone, it's not even really real. Some of those guys, you didn't even speak up. You didn't say nothing. You got secret intentions. Sometimes some of these guys, they really got secret intentions. They put on the whole show that they want to be friends, but the entire time they saying they do want to date, they do want to do all this stuff with that same person, but they haven't spoken up and said anything. Right. So now they in this spot where they're just hanging out all the time, buying all the food.
Fellas,
put yourself there.
This is where the term comes from. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's where that term comes from. If you don't speak up and say what you want, then the other person will never know, and they would never act accordingly afterwards. So
exactly. So how come you never? Because you never said nothing.
How could they know that you like them if you never said, "Hey, I like you"? Yep. How could a girl know that I want you to be my girlfriend if you never said anything? And I will add something to that. You never showed her as well.
Exactly.
Actions speak louder than words, doesn't it?
Exactly. So, I feel that same way about love. Love ain't got shit to do with words.
Right. If you don't show people how you feel, and I'll add this to it as well, if you don't teach someone how to treat you as well, then there's no point in someone saying there's no use for you to get upset at someone because you never said anything or you never showed them what you wanted. So it's not even a question of why aren't men dating or why aren't women dating. It's no one's talking, and I said this earlier as well. Social media, the internet, but social media as well. It's stopped people from talking to each other in person. Everything happens online, man.
Yeah, we're almost becoming just like certain other countries out there, like South Korea. The youth in South Korea, they live through apps. They don't, there is no conversation out there in person. Like literally, they live through their phone. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to that. As like our youth, they're they're going to be doing the same thing.
Right. Like, I don't know what my nephew's generation is going to be like once they become adults, because I can barely get any of my nephews to speak when we go to the barbershop to the barber. Like, I had to let them know, look, in the black world, this man is your psychologist.
That's right.
Relationship coach. He's damn near everything. All right. He knows
where you get that off your chest.
He knows every damn thing. This is the guy you want to become friends with. So
just don't get your hair cut by the owner.
Right.
I'm serious. The owner gonna take 5 hours to cut your hair.
Man, so well, let me continue. So it says, in contrast, if men shun social pressures to be nice and follow what is biologically attractive, they have a higher likelihood of getting sex partners. However, these men are often punished by being socially labeled as jerks, players, or even creeps, unfit for social defined relationships. Furthermore, their tactics are often designated as sexist. Therefore, these men may get sex, but then often do not get love and respect. What say you?
If you're a jerk, you're a jerk. You know. It's just,
Like,
you
you
know.
can't stop a jerk from being a jerk.
But I don't really even know how to like really define that, because like I would have to see this person, to really like see this, we just talking about words here.
Right.
Like anything can be taken, as something else.
This is what I said.
All right.
I said, for as long as I can remember, nice guys finish last and bad guys get all the girls. Because bad boys take risks and are thrilling, while good guys are safe and don't take much risks, which cause them to finish last. But later in life, women see the good guy as a good catch and then wonder why they even thought about considering the bad boy as an option. Would say
there's so many different, there's so many different versions of that now. It's not, it's not just a one-way street anymore with just a bad guy. I think I seen something the other day. Everybody wants a future that acts just like Russell, Russell Wilson.
Right.
That's very true. For certain women, you know what I mean? That's very true for certain women. But it has always been saying the bad boy always gets the girl. The good guy, he always finishes last. But what type of good guys are we talking? You can think you're a good guy and you'll still be a square.
Right. I'm glad you brought that up. Square. Girls really don't like squares.
Yeah. No one wants an unconfident man, Right.
Like, I remember when I was in high school, I've told this story before on here. It was this girl. I liked her a lot. So I did some simp ass shit one day.
That's so.
My homeboy's girlfriend, she was off from work, but he had to work. So she called me to see if I wanted to come with her to something. I think it was the mall, because I think their anniversary was coming around. So I said, yeah, I'll ride. And then I started thinking, well, maybe at the mall I can get something to show this girl, that I like her. So, the Mexican guy that stands on the median, well, he had roses. I bought the roses from him. It was $5. I had $5. I said, fuck it, whatever. So we go to the mall. I go to this is when Christiana Mall had a Hallmark in it. Well, I think it still does, I think. But so I went to Hallmark. I got a card. They had a nice little small teddy bear. Got the teddy bear.
Look at you.
Go to school the next day. I got these roses in a vase, like a small vase or whatever. And the bear is tied to it, and I got the card. I hand her the card, the roses, the teddy bear. She says thank you, but then she pulls me to the side, and then she says, "This is a nice gesture, but Marcus, I don't like you like that." Then I started thinking to myself, I did all this shit that I was told that you do, and then, you get the girl. I'm a nice guy. I know girls like nice guys. Why, I did all the nice guy shit. Then I saw later on who she picked as a boyfriend. I said, oh, makes sense. Then that totally flipped how I go about things. I said, okay, that's the type of guy girls like. So I know I'm a nice guy, but if I mix some of what they like in with my nice guyness, then maybe I'll let me see if I'll get a girlfriend. Did that, had a girlfriend like that.
That's it. That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's why things are not just one, like just one single thing no more. You got to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? You got to mix it up.
I said, damn, I've been sitting here bullshitting the whole damn time. And I was only, 16 at the time, I think. I've been
bullshitting. My man went out there, he bought roses.
I did it in front of my friends. I did it in front of my friends. My boys is like, hey, Mark, do what you do, man. And then our friends was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. And then, yeah, I was like, damn, my whole jaw was on the floor and shit. And
that almost was a villain origin story right there. It's what that was. For men, when it comes to men, and actually just the topic of the show today, why men aren't dating, you have a portion of guys themselves as well that since they were, young, they don't like hearing no. Just like that right there. Because there's so many different versions of a no. Right. Instead of her just telling you, no, I'm good. Like, I mean, she shut it down. Right. She shut it. I don't even like you like that. You could have. She could have. She could have lied.
But I don't like you like that. I was like,
she could have. She honestly could have. She could have lied and pulled you to the side and be like, "All right, look, I don't like you like that, but I ain't want to, I ain't want to shut it down like that right there."
Right, like I was okay. Well, here's the flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bear cart, keep all that. You know what I mean? There was no money. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'll do what I do, and then, she saw my date to the prom. No, I was in 11th grade, I think. But she saw my date to the prom that next year because my homeboy asked her to go.
Okay.
And she saw my date and she was trying to talk to me all night.
Oh, damn.
Really pay attention to you like that. I gotta pay attention to my date. But I'm glad you're here. Nice dress, the paint was on you. I mean? Let me go ahead and talk. I'm gonna be over here, you know what I'm saying? So, moving along, overall, men in either case report also having a difficult time finding what they label attractive. What attractive women for longer term relationships. Men often define these women along evolutionary psychology lines, women who are sexually selective, faithful, physically attractive, and have a pleasant respectful disposition. Unfortunately, these qualities are again part of women's double bind, with social norms sometimes guiding them away from these biological feminine characteristics. So, until a new equilibrium is reached in these evolving social norms, men have difficult choices to make. Essentially, they seem to have to either appease social norms for relationships and acceptance, or evolve standards of attractiveness and get sexually fulfilled. Furthermore, they do so in a situation where a woman's own social instruction may reduce the very characteristic that many of these men desire, given that many men sit on the couch, plug in a video game, and opt out just as behaviorism and Skinner might predict. I don't know who Skinner is, but
what the hell?
But look, that's because Just because I don't want to have a girlfriend and I want to play video games
Yeah,
on the internet doesn't mean that I don't want a relationship. It's just what I want to do. Like,
exactly. Some people don't like you being happy. You know what? Honestly, when it you know, what I'm saying I can't speak for the single men anymore, but
oh yeah, because you're
um,
correct.
what I'm, saying is will be. You know, what I mean?
Oh, okay. Well,
Will be. But I will say this: if you are out there and you are single and you are looking, make sure that out of whatever characteristic that has attracted you towards this lady, make sure she has hobbies.
yes,
People do not pay attention to this. I have learned through past relationships that I met females that literally didn't have hobbies. You know what I'm saying? And no friends. That's those are your danger zones right there. Those two right there are two danger zones. If you don't, if she doesn't have a, some sort of, sisterhood, out there to, to go out with
right,
and something to do, something that she likes, like an interest. You find someone out there that doesn't have that, those are red flags. That's a huge red flag. You know what I mean? You need somebody that's going to be able to find interest in something where you guys can do things away from each other, saying that y'all like. Because I like playing, I like playing video games. That's always been a thing. But it's calming to me. It's just one of those many things that helps. But it's a hobby.
right.
It's something of interest. And when we all have that, that's a good thing. But that's a red flag if you don't see that.
I remember a time when I was living with one of my girlfriends. It just came so overwhelming that it will be nights that I want to be by myself in the house. Like if her daughter wasn't there, if she was at her dad's house. Sometimes I felt like, damn, I really don't want to be around you right now. I'm not saying that I don't love you, just we're around each other all the time. You don't like none of your friends ever want to call you and y'all want to go out and have a girls' night out. It will be some weeks where I would tell her, look, you're getting out of the house this weekend, and I'm gonna give you the money to do so. So call all your friends so y'all can plan a girls' night or something like that, or a girls' weekend, because this house is going to be empty and I'm going to be the only person in this motherfucker because I have some mental shit that I want to get that I want to process through, and I don't need you here talking my head off. And at first she took offense to it, but then I told her, just look at the benefits of this. They say, was it abstinence keeps the heart, makes the heart grow fonder, or something like that, some bullshit like that.
Some bullshit. Sometimes it's just good to just get some space. You know what I mean?
You're gonna be out at that club or at that bar, and then you're gonna look around and be like, I should be home with my man right now. And then when you come home, you're gonna tell me about your night, and then you're gonna tell me everything that happened and all the shit that you saw, and then you just gonna love me even more that I sent you out to do what you want to do. Like, this is what you want to do. You want to hang with your friends.
Like,
you don't
eventually
be around each other.
I think any female out there could definitely benefit from knowing if they have they have a man that, that trusts them, they have someone that loves them, but he's out there like, look, go do you, hang out with your friends, go, like, go do y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good quality. Like, oh man, he trusts me to be out here.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I did the same thing to another girlfriend after me and the girl I was just talking about broke up. But she was a little younger than me, so I was like, well, she's the age of when I met my last girlfriend. I was like, so this is a piece of cake. So same ordeal. She wanted to be around me all the time. And when I met her, she was hanging with one of her friends. So I sat her down as well. I said, look, this is going to seem a little rude when I say this, but I don't mean nothing by it. I don't want to be around you like that. But just know, I do like you. I like having you around. You're a nice person. We can talk. I said, but being around each other all the time, we're going to start resenting each other. I was like, so you should start. I said, but you know, we are in a relationship, so you should at least tell me when you're thinking about going out and hanging with your friends. Not saying that you got to report into me, but just so I know where you're at and if you're safe. That's all I want to know. Where you're going, and when you get there, let me know that you got there safe. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know what happened that night unless you want to tell me. I don't want to know, you know, who all was there. I really don't care. I just want you to go out and have fun with your friends. I said, because you're not going to stop me from doing it, and I don't want to stop you from doing it. And she saw it as like, okay, I understand, but are you saying, like, she had all these questions because she was young. She was like, are you saying that if I asked you to come with me, you wouldn't come? I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I want you to have as much time away from me as much as you have quality time with me. I said, because by us being around each other, we're going to fight a lot about dumb shit. We're going to start resenting each other because we're seeing each other a lot, and conversations is not really going to be as important, and communication is going to be as important as it should be. So I told her plan a day to go out that you're free. Call one of your girlfriends, and y'all go out and have fun. I said, and then if you feel up to it, tell me how the day went. I mean, that night went. Let me know if you had fun, or if you didn't have fun. Let me know that too. Yeah. She came back and she had all these stories. Oh yeah, so this person was there, and I haven't seen this person in a while. I never would have saw them if I never would have went out. And I'm like, see, you had a whole bunch of fun that night. I was like, you got to see people you ain't seen in a while. I said, you probably wouldn't have saw that person if you was here with me. I said, and you would have missed out on catching up and all this other craziness. You wouldn't have found out that this person's having a baby and shit. Like, you would have been in the dark. I was like, so this is what is going to be our natural flow in the relationship. So that's all I have to say about that. But this next part is what some men do about it. So this is a long part, I think. Yeah, because it's broken up into numbers. So it says men have adapted and devised a number of strategies to make the best of these difficult options, including the following. 1. Becoming attractive. One strategy adopted by some men is to become attractive, dominant, and sexually forward. These are the guys who are often labeled players, max, and pickup artists. I've been a part of that. I've been a part of that player. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? Shit, I gotta be. You know what I mean? I gotta be part of that. Anyway, I'm fucking around. But when you single, being, you know what I'm saying, a player, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're not doing that shit when you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm single, that's when I do my playing, which makes me a player. It's like, no, I'm playing. But nah, it's nothing wrong with when you're single, fellas. if you want to talk to a whole bunch of girls, talk to them. Do your thing. But the only thing that I would say you should do is not lead the girl on and not allow her to think that she's the only one.
I'm glad you just said that, because see, that's the big one. That's the big one. I think almost every woman can tell you right now that they've always had to deal with. You always got a guy. Instead of, I've always said this, just tell them what you want. If all you're looking for is just sex, just say that, because sometimes that might be okay for them as well. But you didn't say that.
Right.
You ate your hand and you made it seem like you want a relationship.
You made her choice for her, which is wrong. You shouldn't. If you're gonna be out there doing you, at least let the person that you're sexually involved with, let's say that you are, to let them know that you're not the only person I'm also sexually involved with. Because then she can make her choice by hearing what she told you, by hearing what you told her. I mean, she's now allowed to make her own choice if she wants to continue talking to you or if she doesn't want to see you anymore. Yep. It's that simple.
Yep.
But Kevin Samuels ain't telling you all this.
Hell no. No, he just telling you know what I'm saying. He telling you if you a high value man, that's right. If you can swing it, go swing it.
Right. So it also says with this strategy, men are often able to fulfill their short-term sexual needs, especially within the modern social sanctioned climate of hookups and casual encounters. In fact, many of these men are former virgins and nice guys who previously could not get their physical needs addressed. Many of these tactics, however, primarily attract women who are focused on short-term flings with attractive men. Therefore, the relationship needs of the man usually. Hold on, I'm reading faster than what I'm reading. The relationship needs of the man using this strategy may be less fulfilled in the long run. 2. Partnering carefully. And I can't stress this enough before I even read this. Okay, and this is how I preface it. So, some of my friends are married, and they also have families. Mm-hmm. So, my mom, I was watching one of my friends, he was doing a gender reveal because he's about to have a second child. So my mom asked me, well, when are you going to have a child, a baby? I was like, what? So this is what I feel like my mom doesn't understand. I'm trying to partner carefully because it's many of these ratchet bitches out here that want the same thing that you want, but they have ulterior motives afterwards.
Yep.
So I don't want to partner with somebody that's about to fuck my life up for the next 18 to 21 years.
Yep.
So that's the reason why I haven't had a child yet, because damn near all relationships I've been in, I've seen, well, I'll say except for one. They all have ulterior motives. And I would say to that, the conversation I had with the young lady I was just speaking about a couple minutes ago. You know, we had a 3-hour discussion about if me and her had a child and we broke up, she would put me on child support. But here was her terms. Her terms was you would pay a bill in my house. Primarily, she said the electric bill. because she said your son and your daughter going to be using electricity as well, so you might as well go ahead and pay the electric bill. I said, bitch, I'd rather go to jail.
That's what I'm saying.
But not paying child support.
See, the mindset of like child support is just so weird to me in certain cases, and there's only in certain cases is it needed. Other than that, if two parents are able to take care of the child support is literally not needed then.
Right.
You got your shit on your end, I got my shit on our end, and we taking care of the child.
And this is my thing. I told her this as well. I said, well, if you want me to pay child support, why don't you just let me raise my child on my own and you can just get the money of the child not being there. I said, I'll raise the child. You won't have to worry about it, so you'll be free doing whatever the hell you want to do. But you'll be getting money from me for me having him. I said, that makes more sense than me paying child support and then fighting you of me trying to see my child. I said, that makes no sense.
Yep.
I said, you'll be able to see him as many times as you want. You'll probably have a key to the house. I ask you not to come to my house at night because you never know what the hell I might be doing. But as far as during the day, you can walk up in this motherfucker as many times as you want to see your child. But just know, I will be in jail before I pay you child support.
Yeah, that's something that's the way I've always felt. Like I'm somebody that definitely has wanted to have kids, so like I couldn't even just imagine being in that situation. Like, let me hear child support when I actually want to be there for my child. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? That money don't mean nothing.
Same thing I told her. I want to be there. I want to take care of the child. Like, I want to be in his life. I was like, if we don't work out, then fine, whatever. But don't let the child suffer because I'm part of that destruction. My mother was on child support. I never got to see my dad, only for the simple fact that, one, he was afraid of my mom. He was afraid of my mom. And
that's how it happened.
And two, I got his twisted thinking of why he did what he did. He said he worked 7 days a week. I said, okay, well, look, that's really no excuse. I had shit going on in school you could have came to for a couple hours. Hey, there was it was times where, you could have just spent a few hours with me, could have took me to lunch and shit. When I was at school, we could have just hung out for a little while, and I was like, but I understood what he was trying to tell me. He was like, look, I worked 7 days a week. The job was very demanding. I was always tired. By the time I got home to even think about doing anything, I was going to sleep because I had a second job that I was working. He was like, so yeah, I could have saw you at any time I wanted. He was like, but I was too busy working, so you could have everything that you need. I said, okay, well, that's fine. I said, but look, the thought of you not being there is more detrimental to my growth than if you just saw me like once a week. I was like, but I said, I understand what you had to go through now. But where else was that? Oh, okay, here we go. Partnering carefully. That's the reason why I partner very carefully. I just gave you a whole spiel, forgot my whole thought process.
No, that's good. No, that was good. You did good. You did good.
I need to talk to more. That shit was tight.
Like that.
Okay, so partnering carefully. Another strategy adopted by some men is to adhere to social norms and become a good guy or even a domestic partner. These men often find relationships more easily. However, men who follow this strategy should pick their partner carefully. Men successful with this strategy, attempt to find an honest and faithful partner who respects their needs and is grateful to their contributions. Again, though men pursuing this strategy also report the need to stay vigilant for their partner's waning attraction, signs of cheating, and being taken for granted, much as women in traditional relationships do. With the divorce a very real and punishing possibility, these men may also choose to think carefully before committing, which is true.
Yeah.
That my live chat is on.
The number of divorces going up.
Yes, the number of divorce is going up, as well as marriages are going down. So it's like, and I'm glad that I did this video with you today, man. It's a lot of shit out here that's going on that nobody's really paying attention to. I feel like some people don't understand that when you hear the president say, never mind. That's a bad example. Okay, let's just take it back. When you hear that divorce is going up, but marriage is going down, that's a problem. But at the same time, some women aren't having as many babies as they used to as well. We gotta remember, marriage consists of two things: children and I just forgot my second thing. Children. I'll bring children up for the time being.
Okay.
Not saying that that's all that marriage is about, but it's a piece of it. Humans expect you when you to become one as a family to make more humans to then contribute to society. But you can't do that without being in a relationship, and you can't do that without. Well, hold on, I spoke too soon because there's this thing called sperm banks out there.
Sperm banks do exist now, but not those sperm banks are not for everybody. People don't know. Like, the truth is, I see on television they show you, anybody can go to the sperm bank, but actual sperm banks now, some of them require you to have a degree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Proof, a proof of good income,
right.
Good credit.
Right.
There's restrictions now. So, like, not everybody can just walk in there and be like, yeah, I want to donate.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
You may not be qualified.
So, I really think that people should really think, and men in general, because they say it's more men not committing and dating than women. Men, y'all need to start approaching girls, because I heard this example yesterday. You remember when you used to go to the mall? What was the main thing you was going to the mall for?
Oh, girls, man.
It doesn't matter that, we wanted to get a pair of shoes. We wanted to buy a new outfit, or we wanted to study in the food court. The main reason why dudes went to the mall was to pick up girls. And I remember them days like it was yesterday, being in high school in my early 20s, just going to the mall aimlessly for nothing.
Yep.
But hoping you saw a pretty young lady there so you can talk to her. I remember them days. Now, I'll just go into the mall to pick up the hell I need and get the hell out of there.
Going in. That's how you know you old now. That's how you know you're old now. Like now, like I'm going in here to go get what I need. Sir, ma'am, I need this. I need to go.
No, this is when you know you old. When in your younger years, if someone got smart with you, you just laughed it off. Now you know that you old when you talk back to them and tell them that's not the way you're gonna be talking to me today, and you correct them. That's when you know you getting old.
Yep.
Because I do a lot of that now. I do a lot of correcting and backing them down. Like, hey, that's not the way we're gonna do this today. All I came in here for is this, and that's not how we're gonna do this today. And yeah, but people, the whole thing of life is procreation. All right, humans make more humans, which makes more humans. So get get on the ball. All right, start dating these women. Find the one you love and make sure that she actually loves you and it's not an ulterior motive behind it. Holding high standards is number 3. Yet other men continue to hold high standards for both themselves and their partners. They invest in their own attractiveness, value, and success. They also treat partners equivocally according to their behavior, worth, and contributions to the relationship. These men further qualify and screen partners well, not selling themselves short or for less than they deserve. And this is what I'll say on this.
Okay.
I would say the person that they're actually talking about is the person that grew up with both parents in the house. And I say that because of this. You watch both male and female start a family, create a family, and you seeing the weight that your mother pulls next to the weight that your father pulls. Now, I'm not saying that one person pulls more weight than the other. They pull the equal amount of weight. But you get to see how a man treats a woman and how a woman treats a man, which further, when you in your growth and you know, growing up, making your mistakes and choosing partners, you know innately how to choose someone by what you saw growing up. Now, I would say I grew up in a single household. I didn't really have a good go at some partners, but some I did. But at the same time, I saw my mother love her boyfriends, and I got to see how a man treats a woman and vice versa. So I'm like, okay, well, a man does that for a woman. Okay. Let me write that down. Okay, we'll do that in return. Okay, let me write that down too. All right. Okay, I got the game. And you know, some of my relationships have been very successful, but they've ended. You know, it's not because we didn't like each other anymore. It's just shit happens.
Yeah, stuff does happen.
So, where was I at? Okay, this approach takes consistent effort, though both in hold on, I just lost both in the man maintaining his own standards and in his motivating and inspiring others to do so too. It also requires patience and searching. That is the prime word, patience. Patience in searching for someone who can live up to those desired standards. However, these efforts are often met with a partner who is attracted to them, respectful, and attractive for them too. You got anything to say about that, or you want to keep going?
Go ahead, keep going.
All right. Number 4, opting out. Finally, some men choose opting out as the best option for them. This is sometimes known as the men going their own way, also known as MGTOW. MGTOW.
What?
You never heard of MGTOW? Men going their own?
No, that's the first time I've heard that. As that labeled as that. But okay.
Okay.
Because I've had to do. I guess I guess I would have to say I've done this once. I was in this position once where I had to just be like, I had to check out.
Right.
Like I knew this was not going in the direction that I wanted, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna hold you back, and I'm not gonna let this hold me back.
But this is the position of the MGTOW dudes. They don't fuck with women at all. Not saying that they're gay. They don't fuck with women at all. Like, I'm not saying that these men are gay. These are heterosexual men, but they're like, I just opt out of relationships completely.
Oh, okay. He's like 40-year-old. This your 40-year-old version.
It was this YouTuber, and he gave his whole spiel. He gave his whole story. He was like, yeah, I went to college. I got a good education. I started making six figures. I got married. We didn't have children though, but I was married to this woman. I loved her. She loved me. But then our relationship started going sour. We divorced. We split up and divorced. I started dating, and then I started seeing how the dating pool was. He said that's the reason why I'm MGTOW today is because he started naming off all this funny shit. Like he started basically in his explanation, he started blaming women for why the dating market is so fucked up.
Jesus Christ, man.
But he says I do have female friends that I can call on and then, whatever. He said, but I take vacations by myself. He said, I live by myself. I have a nice big house and all this other shit. And I was looking at this motherfucker like this. Nigga, what? Like, what is you talking about?
You did all of this to get, but you just opted out and just was like, I'm doing me, but bragging about it.
Like, I'm sitting here the whole time. I'm like, you got everything a woman could ever need in a man, but you're opting out because of fucked up decisions and relationships that you've made.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't gonna be perfect every time. Good Lord, some people.
That shit is crazy, man. Hold on.
Holy shit.
That shit is crazy.
Shit.
Essentially, these are the guys who have been frustrated and punished to the point that they see no further incentive to relate. Further than spending their efforts on material success to attract a partner, they focus on making themselves happy. Although these guys are often socially shamed as not growing up. In fact, they are arguably just reacting to the lack of outside motivation and taking care of themselves. This is what I'll say to further what I was saying about that guy. It's not. I don't feel like these dudes are trying to make themselves happy on their own. Well, hold on. Let me back that up.
Okay.
And I like to take the Will Smith approach to this. When he told Jada that you make yourself happy the way that you want to make yourself happy, and I'll make myself happy. Then we'll come together, show each other's happiness, and then go from there. I don't see a problem with it. For the simple fact that you're not depending on somebody to give you your happiness.
Yeah, because no one else can.
Right. Like, I don't understand, and this goes for men and women. I don't understand and I had to learn this late myself. I had to learn this at like 25, 26. Because I always looked at my partner as my happiness. You're supposed to be my happiness. But when I realized she's not here to make me happy, although she makes me happy, but she's not supposed to make me feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's my job.
Yep.
To make myself feel happy, as well as it's her job to make herself happy.
Mm-hmm.
So when I realized this shit, I had a nice sit down with her. I said, look, I understand what I've been doing. I've been trying to make you feel as though that it's your fault for not making me happy. I understand that it's my fault for feeling like that as well. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna discover how happy I can get myself. And I told her, I said, I have the ability to do that for the simple fact that, and I don't think I've ever told anybody this other than doing this shit, and I've said it probably once. Around maybe like when I was like 22, I wasn't diagnosed with depression, but I started like feeling depressed a lot. And how I got myself out of that, I was like, I gotta figure out how to make myself happy. So everything that I was doing that I felt like I was unhappy from, I got away from it. And then I started making myself happy. I was like, okay, this makes me happy. Watching stand-up comedy makes me happy. I love stand-up comedy to this day. Playing video games just either by myself or with family members or with friends, that shit makes me happy. Playing them with my girlfriend makes me happy. So all of this stuff makes me happy. Let me use this so I don't piss you off anymore. And then you do the same. You let me see what your happiness is, so then I don't have to feel like I have to work hard to make you happy. And then we got along great after that.
It's supposed to be.
Let's see. Alright, this next part is why women can't find a good man. It's probably because they say this a lot.
Give me your fucking money!
It's like, no, I'm fucking around. Can you hear all of these drops that's happening?
Yeah, I can hear them all.
Alright, cool. Alright, so dating and relationships have always been hard. In this day and age, however, they can sometimes seem impossible. Particularly women I speak to say that they can't find a good man. They lament over the guys that they say are stuck in childhood, not taking responsibility for their lives. They complain about the men they call nice guys, pushover types, who don't stir passionate feelings. They also have difficulty with men they label attractive jerks who disrespect them, ignore their needs, and break their hearts. What is going on here? Have all of the good men blown away? Personally, I would like to offer an alternative, an alternative, blah 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 blah. Offer an alternative hypothesis. This is the hypothesis part that was fucking me up because I was reading the alternative, but then the hypothesis fucked me up. All right. 1. Where women have been put in a very unfulfilling double bind. I would like to hold on. I had this word earlier and this shit's about to fuck me up. Hold on.
Let me
Posit. Okay, cool. Because I was reading over all this earlier, but then I was like, "It's certain words I know I'm gonna fuck up or forget how to say them." So
Yeah.
posit. I would like to posit that cultural and biological factors have been pitted against each other, leaving women in a no-win situation much of the time in modern life. What do you say about that?
Say that again.
All right, last two sentences. Um, that's one. All right. Personally, I would like to offer an alternative hypothesis, one where women have been put in a very unfulfilling double bind. I would like to posit that cultural and biological factors have been pitted against each other, leaving women in a no-win situation much of the time in modern life.
You
All
can
right,
kind of say that. You can kind of say that, but what is your take? Because, like, I mean, you can kind of say that.
all right. So my take is this, and this is going to be it's probably
That's
going to be
why. That's
probably
why I
going.
was like, see,
Women, women in a way live in a fairy tale, but it's more so when it comes to love. Okay, women live more in a fairy tale when it comes to love. With men, it's not the same.
yeah,
See, women, they thought about their wedding already. They already know who's coming. They already know who's there. Us, we don't know. We never thought about it. But men don't daydream to the fact of who their significant other is going to be. Basically, like there's no cookie cutter person for us as men to where someone just steps in to that shape. Like women, like I said, women think about their their um their wedding at like 9 years old.
yeah.
Men do not. When we're boys, the only thing we really give a shit about is toys, video games, hanging out with friends, and
Beating the shit out of something.
yeah, beating the shit out of something. Like we don't think about. Well, my husband's gonna. I mean, my wife is gonna be 5'5", brown eyes, nice body. Well, we don't think about that. We don't.
Yeah,
We really don't.
that's not really us.
What else did I say? Um, Women think in the future while men think in the present. That's why men aren't dating that much. It's scary. I know it's dangerous if you think about because without couples there is no procreation, like I said earlier. So I'll let that one go. But if we all as men and women look at what we're dealing with when it comes to dating, hold on, I can switch this like this. If we understand what we're dealing with when it comes to dating, we will all accept what all goes into it, such as the work that we have to do. Because guess what? No one's perfect and everyone's a work in progress. So why is it that everyone wants to find the perfect person? No one's perfect,
Yeah,
essentially, but they may be perfect for you, but no one's perfect essentially. So do make sure it's just like what some comedian or some people say. I'd rather have somebody with one less problem than what I have, which is true. Some people, well, I never really saw anybody date somebody that had more problems. Well, less or more problems than them. They much rather not deal with somebody that has problems at all. But
sometimes, for some people.
yeah, but I have no more to say to this. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, sometimes if there's a lot of baggage, you're not gonna run into that.
Right.
Not too much to add to that. You know what I mean? Just make smart decisions, people.
Like I said earlier, I feel like social media has manufactured something or put something into our minds for the simple fact that dating isn't the same as it was, like, let's say 15 years ago.
Well, here's the thing. Think about it. When, back then, did Tinder exist?
No.
You know what I'm saying? These dating apps, they have taken it to a whole new level. That courtship is not really the traditional courtship is no longer in existence for certain people.
Did you see the one dude's Tinder profile? It like went viral. It was on the Steve Harvey show and shit. Basically, he had on his Tinder profile what a woman should look like, what she shouldn't look like, what he wants, and what he doesn't want. And basically in the profile it was this. He didn't want to deal with a fat girl. He wanted the girls to be fit. The girls can't have kids, and they had to meet a certain height requirement. It was all this kinds of funny shit. This is where dating has gone, where motherfuckers is making lists of what they want and what they don't want. Now, I will say, I tried Tinder once.
Mm-hmm.
I really have to go at it, so I was okay, dating apps ain't for me. Until I found out what Tinder actually was for.
Yeah.
It's for hooking up.
Yeah. The hookup app.
So, that's the reason why I feel like, okay, the reason why I didn't have a good go at it is because this app is for finding somebody to fuck. Which, the girls on there, I used to always see no hookups.
The first thing. It's the first thing.
So I was like, what the hell does that mean? I didn't know what the hell it meant.
Yep. No hookup. I'm not here for the bullshit.
Right.
I'm not here for the game.
I was like, what the hell does no hookups mean?
Did you ever use POF?
No.
POF was another one. Plenty of fish. You would see it. I mean, you would just go through these different these girls' profiles, and you see on there, got 5 kids. I'm not here for the games. I'm not here for the bullshit. I think you've played enough games. You'd have been to the Super Bowl like 6 times.
Man, look, that shit caught me off guard. Like, what the hell? And to the point to where when you know how you got the option to talk to him. When I started talking to him, I asked, "What does no hookups mean?" So the girl thinking that I'm playing dumb. She was like, "You know what the hell it means?" I said, "I don't know what this means. This is my first time ever being on a dating app." She's like, "It means that we're not fucking." I said, that what that means?" I said, "Oh, I didn't know." I said, I'm new to this. I usually meet people in person. It was like, oh, that's what that means. Are you still interested? I said, nah, because now I know what no hookups mean.
Oh my god!
So let me.
You gotta be careful who you seen on there, man. You gotta be careful. There's some scary stuff on Tinder.
So let me reset the show with some holes. Flex's bombs. All right.
You fix something here.
More than one kind of love. That's the next section. And you let me know if you gotta go or anything or whatever.
I'm trying to fix. Is he trying to fix the feed here?
All right, just let me know. All right, so everybody, this next section is called "More Than One Kind of Love." So, in her book, "Why We Love," author Helen Fisher describes 3 types of love. Number one of the loves that my friend who's on here with me spoke about: lust, feeling sexual desire. Second one is attraction, which we also talked about: feeling appeal, allure, and motivation to pursue and choose a partner. And then attachment, feelings of bonding around sharing a home, parental duties, mutual defense, and safety and security. All right, so each of these types of love can have very different origins and be independently expressed. Hold on, yo. All right. Matter of fact, you can reuse the link. If not, I'll send you a new one. Let's see. I did. I'm back. All right.
There
Sorry.
we go. There we go.
All right. Let me get it back out of mine.
There we go.
All right. So, I basically spoke about the 3 types of love: lust, attraction, and attachment. And I'll explain each of them. Lust is feeling sexual desire. Attraction is feeling appeal, allure, and motivation to pursue and choose a partner. Attachment, feelings of bonding and sharing a home, parental duties, mutual defense, safety, and security. So, this it says each of these types of love can have very different origins and be independently expressed for different people. For example, one woman might find that she lusts after her partner, is attracted to him, and securely attracted. Perhaps that is the ideal. Another woman might lust after one man, be attracted to a second, and feel comfortable and attracted to her partner only. These types in who we lust after are attracted to and feel an attachment towards arise because each feeling has an independent origin. Lust and attraction are often more deep-seated, primal, and uncontrolled feelings, such as Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, lusting after Leonardo DiCaprio. Which is funny that became news. Like, why did that?
Slow day. Slow day. Slow day at the office. That's what I always whenever I see news like that, I'm just like, yeah, it must be another one of them slow days at the office. We ain't had nothing good to report. Water is wet.
Right.
No,
Usually it's impossible to choose to be turned on or attracted to a partner. These feelings are more likely elicit automatically from certain cues in a partner. For women, those attractive male cues may include physical. Where's physical? Include physical attractiveness, social status, economic resources, ambition, industriousness, stability and intelligence, which isn't that what every woman wants?
That's what I'm saying. That's just all I can see is just this long list of the perfect guy, and then
Right.
there's just this short list what she brings to the table.
Like that's what every woman wants. Everything that just was named. Her boyfriend or her husband to be attractive, to have social status, because
Yep.
for some reason women feel like her man status is now her status. I don't know how that works, but economic resources. Every woman wants a man that has money. Ambition, of course, because without ambition, you can't get the money. And industriousness. What's that like? Working around the house or something?
Yeah, I guess you can build some shit.
Right. Stability, which you should be stable with resources, with economic resources, and your social status, and intelligence, which encompasses everything except for attractiveness. Attachment, however, can often be more of a conscious choice. It is possible to decide who to share a home with and pick someone particular based on safety criteria. Therefore, attachment decisions are often more greatly influenced by social norms and cultural practices. Think of the wish list some women have for the perfect partner. That sounds like some Oprah shit. Remember when Oprah told women to make the list of their man qualities that they want in a man and all that other bullshit, and then take that list, and then I forgot what else she said. When women looked at that list of all the qualities that they wanted in that man, some of them backed away from the list and said that man's too good for me. I gotta start all over again.
Like damn.
The modern dilemma. Here again, I posit that at least some of women's frustration in modern dating can be explained through a double bind. Particularly, this double bind occurs between the type of men that women find attractive and the type they choose to attach to. Let us look at this idea in more detail. Socially, today's woman is encouraged, empowered, and perhaps expected to do it all. This in itself often causes extreme stress for the superwoman and supermom. Let's talk about that before I continue. Let's talk about these women who are basically doing it all themselves and also trying to find a mate along with it. Let me ask you a question before we get into this.
Okay.
Have you ever dated a single mom? Right? The only reason why I asked you this because I dated too many single moms.
You already know I've dated another bunch of single moms, man. That's all that was out there.
Exactly.
Once you hit a certain age, that's it. That's it.
High school. Well, for some of the girls. So let's talk about the modern day woman and all that she has to deal with, such as let's take single moms. They have to raise their families by themselves. They have to basically be super mom. Gotta be able to work, bring the bacon home, cook it, serve it, take little Johnny to practice, take Gretchen, that's the only name I can think of, to practice in her recitals, and little Johnny to his football and basketball games and stuff like that. which I can understand why single women and single women who are moms are underneath of extreme stress because there's no one there to lighten their load.
Yeah.
So, what would you tell, let's say, an 18-year-old you about dealing with the career-oriented single mom that's basically, let's say, she's everything that he's looking at into dating, but the only thing about her that he may not like is she's a single mom.
Well, I never had an issue, you know, what I'm saying, with single moms. But if I could tell my 18-year-old self, um, I definitely, you know, what I'm saying, would have told, you know, what I'm saying, myself, look, you need to find somebody that's on the same level as you right now. You are 18 years old. No one asked you to be anybody's dad. What I'm saying, you need to, you know, what I'm saying, get your shit together. Because that definitely would have been something I would have tell myself now. Like, you know, saying the following, I had someone put me in my place by telling me, you know what your problem is? You like to save something, you know, saying you think you can save, you know, everybody.
Right.
And I was like, damn. I was like, I never seen myself, you know, saying as that type of person. It takes maturity when you really can look at yourself and be like, damn, all right, that's, you know, what I'm saying, that's what I've been doing. I need to knock that shit off.
Yeah, I would tell my 18-year-old self off of what you just said. It does take maturity to deal with a woman who has a child because her attention solely isn't going to be on you.
Yeah, it's about them
Uh,
kids.
her attention is going to be split, but it's going to be split more into the direction of the child. You're still in the picture, but just know when it comes to who, if there was a house fire and she had to save one of us, who would she save?
You know damn well.
You already know that she's saving the child, so you might as well get your ass the fuck out of there by yourself.
Yep.
As well, dealing with a single mom or a super mom or super woman has its benefits as well as it doesn't have its benefits. What are the benefits? Well, the benefits are you get to eat up all her children's snacks and drink all of their Capri
Oh
Suns.
god, yeah, that was always a favorite. That was always a favorite. And locking the door. Locking the door was also a great thing. Just a smart move. Lock the door. So much fun as you hear them on the outside just knocking on the door. Like, nope, still smacking these cheeks. Still smacking these cheeks.
But now I was joking about that part. But now the benefit is you get a level-headed person that has someone else's um, um, have a level-headed person that has someone else in mind that they have to take care of. Which, when it comes to you, 18-year-old Marcus, when it comes to you, she then shit. I'm sorry, it was a spider. It was a spider right next to me. I looked over. I said, "Oh shit." What was I saying?
He was talking about 18-year-old Marcus. What you gonna tell?
Level-headed person that doesn't only have themselves in mind, but they have someone else in mind, which is a plus because when it comes to y'all's relationship, she's more mindful of your time and stuff like that because she knows that her time is very valuable because she has a little one that they have to take care of. But 18-year-old Marcus, you're going to date lots and lots of single mothers. So I would have to tell you, look elsewhere because the single mothers you're going to deal with, they are good people, but but you're going to get into a lot of arguments over dumb shit.
Yep.
And that's the only downside in that is you have lots of arguments about dumb shit. And solely it's not because of your relationship, it's because she's thinking of someone else. And your bad decision reflects on their decision of being with you, which also makes them think more on, I got this person in front of my children or child, you know, they're basically making me look crazy in front of my child. So just something to think about, 18-year-old Marcus. Just try to find more single women who don't have kids. That's really the only thing I can really tell myself.
Yep. I mean, the crazy thing is, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've always had a thing for older women though. Like there is something about that super mom that you see out there that's handling her business. She's doing all of these things. There is something that is a great quality, because if you are someone that is looking to have a family, looking to have these things, you're like, yo, that right there, you know what I'm saying? That's the lady right there. She's got all those qualities I'm looking for.
I like to say, hey, Amy, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I know you didn't really, work out, but I'm saying, I'm a big YouTuber. Say come holler at me again. Yeah. Please, man, because but nah, yeah, from what you said, that's the person that I immediately thought of was this girl Amy I was with. She was the super mom, super woman, career-oriented girl, and she had all of her shit together, and we meshed well, very well. I told my cousin she's probably the first relationship that I was in where I didn't have to worry about what the conversation was going to be about, because not only was she on it to where she started conversations and we just laughed our ass off. It was a good time. Like, she had to be probably on the surface, possibly my best girlfriend.
Okay.
I would say underneath of it all, she probably didn't hold as many good qualities as the girlfriend I had that I lived with. So I'm saying she was, she was around for however long she was around, but we had fun. You know what I'm saying? We had lots of fun. Social norms tell her she is expected to succeed in work, run her home, raise the perfect children, and be attractive and chipper too. That's one thing I would have to add. 18-year-old Marcus, you gonna be around a lot of stone-faced bitches, man. You gonna be around a lot of stone-faced females that you have to basically get to smile. Like, a smile doesn't come over their face easy.
Oh yeah.
So, I understand that part very much, because these women have a lot on their plate, and being chipper and smiling all the time really isn't an option sometimes.
Nope, not after they've been beating ass all day.
Right. And I say that to the single woman as well, who's taking care of herself, her bills, everything. You might not be able to get a smile out of somebody, because I remember, what was I watching? Where this dude was like, I was talking to this girl and she was looking at me crazy the whole time. And I was like, why don't you put a smile on your face? And the girl said, what the fuck I need to smile for? I said, oh shit. But I understood it though, because he probably was talking to a single mom. She was probably only out with her friends because that's the only alone time she could get for however many hours she was out for. Probably had to go home early at that. So it's like, she really doesn't have much to smile about. Nor can you even force a smile on her face. So,
Oh yeah, because that'll start an argument right there, telling a woman to smile.
yeah. So yeah, like I understood that part completely. It is a tall order. It also hold on. It is also an order that requires women to be intelligent, motivated, powerful, and in control. Given those social instructions, women are motivated to choose men for how well they mesh with their life plan, goals, and ideals. Essentially, then some women choose to attach to men who are cooperative, agreeable, supportive, and often take the lead in areas the woman finds important. From a cultural standpoint, men who are categorized as disagreeable or opinionated or who expect women to acquiesce may be considered unappealing as attachment partners. What do you say about that?
Well, I'm distracted here by my damn dog. Hold on.
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Women just want a man that will be supportive and support their interests, and vice versa. Men just want a woman who can support their interests. That's all.
I
If
think
you
this is
support
what people want in general.
right, if you support my interests, I'll support yours. It's a two-way street, and it's an easy two-way street at that. Because let's say she likes Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Take her to every Leonardo DiCaprio movie. Take her to Hollywood and probably be able, let's say it's something that he's in that holds a meet and greet. Take her to the meet and greet because she likes Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to go to a Comic Con. I've never been to one either. Let's say I want to go.
one either.
Let's say I want to go to a Comic Con, ladies. Don't look at me as if I'm being young because there was a part in here that said men don't want to grow up. No, we want to grow up. We're already grown. We just like certain things from our childhood to grow with us, such as video games. I like playing video games to this day. I liked it when I was younger. I like reading comic books. I don't read them as often as I used to, but if I come across a comic book that I like to read, I'll read it. It's just supporting interests. That's all. I'm in a relationship with you to make you happy, essentially, as well as supporting your interests. That's how the relationship works, as long with communication and all that other stuff that goes along with it. But what say you, sir?
I would say that as far as saying support, there has been some cases where there are some females that feel like they don't actually get the same level of support that is expected for them to give to their partner.
Okay.
I've actually heard that quite often.
All right. So, unfortunately, however, many of those culturally undesirable male traits are similar, overlapping with the traits that are biologically attractive. Although not always true, often the man who is intelligent, high status, and ambitious would be unlikely to take a back seat and submit in a romantic relationship. Generally speaking, men who have leadership characteristics may want to lead in many situations. Now, I would like to talk about that real fast, just real quick. Only because of this. and I won't say it as harsh as I'm thinking it. So I'll say
I gotta hear this then.
All right, so there's been plenty of times that my leadership was questioned. So, without fail, this is what I did each time. I said, if you don't like the way I'm leading, then I'll follow you. I'll follow your lead. Every time, shit fell apart. So then, go back to the conversation. I said, look, when you question my leadership, this is what I'm gonna do every time, and watch this shit fall apart. Because you're telling me that you don't trust what I'm doing. So by me hearing that you don't trust what I'm doing, I'm gonna allow you to take the driver's seat and watch you crash this beautiful car that we made.
Well, I'm hoping the next one that you find, you know what I mean, y'all don't have to draw those lines because y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all don't have to do that.
Hey,
hopefully you got a good co-pilot.
I just was like, okay, I'm not gonna fight you on that. Obviously you don't trust my leadership. It's your turn. And then once she understood what the hell I was doing, I said, see, it makes sense now. Follow what's happening. So, generally speaking, men who have leadership, I said that already. With those two failings juxtaposed, women often find themselves unfulfilled in love. Many who I talk to seem to hover between what they call nice guys and jerks in their dating life. They become attracted. They become attracted to jerks for their status, ambition, and dominance, only to be hurt when those men don't live up to the cooperative and considerate cultural standard for an attracted attachment partner. Women women then may gravitate towards a culturally prescribed nice guy, only to find that they become bored, their libido wanes, and their eyes wander back to jerks. Either way, they find the relationship largely frustrating and unsatisfying. What say you, sir?
I used to always say, now this was back in my bitter days. You know what I'm saying? I never was the player. So I never was in that role. So I was always I was just a friend that just came along and had to sit in the car. I need you to sit in the car, player. Let me go do my thing. I'll just sit out here. But in my bitter days, I used to watch, a lot of females make these decisions with the so-called jerk. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy he's a little bit too confident, I guess, but he can get the girl. That's the thing. He can get the girl, But they would take this guy that treats them like nothing. They would hook up with him, but pass up on the nice guy. But now 20 years, 30 years down the road, now I do want me a guy that likes me. Now I do want me somebody, that treats me right.
See, he went back to what I said earlier, people. Women usually don't look at the nice guy in their early years. It's always the bad guy, the jerk or whatever. But when they're tired of dealing with that, they start to. It's just like that meme. Have you seen that meme that's like what she looked like in high school and then what she looks like now?
Mm-hmm. When you go to the
ladies,
when you go to the reunion,
don't be the fat girl. And I'm not saying that all fat girls are unattractive. There are some beautiful fucking big girls up there. I dated some of them. Don't be that girl. Don't be the girl that was pretty as hell in school and now life and stress and kids then got to you and you aren't as attractive as you was in school. Don't be that girl. All right.
Yep.
But I would say it's sort of like um. Well, nah, I don't need to say what I said because I basically said sort of what I said, but not really. So I'll just push forward. What some women do about it. Beyond highlighting the double bind for all, I will save the what men can do for another time. For women, a number of possible solutions exists, including the following: one, learning to love leading. One strategy adopted by some women is to learn to love being the leader of a nice guy. Think empowered businesswoman, cougar, or even dominatrix. All of these women relish being in charge, empowered, and having their desires fulfilled. Getting what you want can be pretty attractive after all. This dominant approach may have a downside in resentment and rebellion, however, so be considerate and persuasive. Um, I can say this to that. I like a dominant woman because I'm dominant myself. Some people may say two dominant people will not work, but that's not true.
That's not always true. Yeah, I'm a Leo, so definitely I know about that whole deal.
I say it because of this. Not only do y'all get to see who's more dominant, usually I am, but in sex, I allow the woman to be dominant. I follow her lead.
That's just a smart thing to do.
It's just a smart thing to do.
It's just really just a smart thing to do.
Fellas, be dominant somewhere where you know it won't be a fight down the line. So I do it during sex. You take the lead. What do you want me to do? And you know, it usually works out because, and it takes encouragement for that too, because some girls really, like, when they're with a dominant man, they cowards in some areas such as sex because the man's so dominant. So it's like, okay, he's dominant in these areas. I'm pretty sure he'll be dominant here. But with me, it's like, nah, you get as sexy as you want to get and you do whatever the fuck you want to do. Well, not whatever you want to do. Don't get crazy.
Yeah. Draw a line, man. Then you're gonna be stuck, hung up somewhere.
Yeah, I'll be
baby, baby, get the cat.
No, look at the cat. Look at the cat.
Leave the cat.
Other women choose to be hold on, two, following wisely. Other women choose to be cautious in love, looking for the right guy to be with, and enjoying their attraction to strong male leadership. I think I said that a total different way.
Yeah.
These women evaluate and test men to find the right guy, a guy who will lead with their hopes, dreams, and goals in mind. They know that if you're not driving, it is a wise pick. Hold on, let's back that up.
Mm-hmm.
They know that if you're not driving, it is wise to pick the driver carefully. Thus, they find a man with strong, attractive attributes to swoon over, who will not end up treating them like a jerk. I feel like we covered that a little bit too.
Yeah, we already went over that.
Mixed mating. Yet another woman joined the best of both worlds club. Here, think. I don't know how to say this word either.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So I get my phone to do it for me. Okay, polyamory. I never saw that word before. I know polyamorous, but I never seen polyamory. Okay, think polyamory, open relationship, or a hot boyfriend on the side. Evolutionarily, psychology indicates that women sometimes use the strategy to seek the most stable and supportive partner from one man and the best genes for children from another. When women can't find it all in one guy, some choose to mix and match. Ladies, don't do that.
Please don't. That right there. Please don't do that.
Don't do that. Because, like I said, it's all about not making the choice for the person.
Yeah.
Allow the person to make their own choices. Do not make the choice for them. All right? That's all I really have to say to that. Don't do that shit. All right, hold on.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
No, that wasn't it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
That's exactly what the fuck I was
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please.
All right. Negotiation, sharing, and balance. Finally, some women choose to negotiate and share leadership roles with their partner. They divide life tasks and duties into different areas, with each being the boss of different things. Perhaps she leads with the finances and he takes charge of the kids, or vice versa. That way, everyone has a bit of leadership, responsibility, agreeableness, and therefore attraction and attachment too. I like that one. Only for the simple fact is that's what I believe. What's the my cousin taught me something that goes along with this. It's called the cup rule.
Okay.
Communication, understanding, and patience. And I thought this was like the smartest shit I've ever heard in my life. Uh, like I thought this nigga was a genius. I said, "You haven't wrote a book on this shit yet?
Yeah.
Do you have the book already written? Can I go through it and learn some shit?" Because I thought this shit was like the greatest fucking thing in the world. I've never heard that. So he was like, communication is basically, it's simple. It's discussing everything in the relationship, do's and don'ts. If you're living together, you might want to create some sort of house rule, or house rules or whatever. He said, but communication is basically self-explanatory. That's something that you've learned how to do when you started talking. He said, understanding. He said, okay, that's when it starts becoming hard, because you both have to understand each other and able to get each other.
Yep.
So by you not being able to understand, he said, cut the relationship short, get the fuck away from her. He said, because one of y'all's going to jail. He said, and then patience. He said, patience is the most simplest thing you can ever do. Just be patient. You guys get into a disagreement, be patient. Understand her side so then you can make your argument. He said patience is probably the most simplest thing you can do, for the simple fact that it takes no work. And then I was like, damn, I never thought about it like that. And then from there, I started using his cup rule. Now, this cup rule is nowhere else in the world other than here on the show and my cousin's brain. So if anybody uses this, they got it from here. They got it from here first. Dating is hard because of men. Alright, starting to get juicy. So there is a Twitter thread by user Dapper Domo that is very inciting, and I'll go to his Twitter, his thread. So what I need to do, I need to go into this, that, boom. So this is what he says. He says men have to now get women to like them, and a lot of men aren't likable. And then underneath of it says, what went wrong with marriage in this generation? Men don't trust women, and women feel like they don't even need men anymore. What the fuck was the spark to all of this? Which is a good question.
That's a good question.
What do you think?
There's a lot of different things you can add to that. Social media.
Social media?
Yeah, we did. That's one thing you can add. Like, there's not just one specific thing, but there's different things you can add to this. You think about your grandfather. Think about your grandfather and your grandmother. Them, saying them dating.
Right.
Wasn't no Instagram back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no cell phone. Wasn't no, wasn't no cell phone back then. You left the house, Right. You don't know what this man did.
You seen Johnny? Nah, I ain't seen him since earlier. All right, cool.
But looking at that part too, men have to now get women to like them, but a lot of men aren't likable. That's true. Right. There are some men that don't even know they ain't likable.
Exactly. Now, I would say this to the question: what the fuck was the spark to all of this? Now, I would have to say, in general, the overwhelming thought of feminism, like, rearing its ugly head. That's number one, because the women who indoctrinated the women that never even thought about being feminists, they put all of these crazy thoughts into these innocent women's brains about dating and men and stuff like that, which is not true. Secondly, I would say, yes, social media, dating apps, because social media first. Social media, and I don't know if you know this, but social media is really for young women, I wouldn't say young women, young girls, like teenage girls. Social media is very bad for them in that stage. Now let's fast forward to when they become adults. We didn't grow up with social media. The only social media we had, let's say at the time when we was in high school, was MySpace. But MySpace was more like a high school social status. Like, you're on your top 8. What does your page look like? Do you have the latest song on there? It was just a popularity contest.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like it is today with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is probably the big one, TikTok. You're seeing all of these people. Let's say you see Beyonce and Jay-Z, and they're at like an elaborate dinner with like you've never seen before. And then the caption is relationship goals. Now women start to think, well, my relationship isn't good enough because I'm not eating at the South for France on a yacht like Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So social media has tainted our men and women's brains when it comes to dating, because we're starting to look for shit that none of us have.
Yep. And some people don't even take the fact in that those photos that you're looking at, sometimes you don't know what happened before that photo got taken.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Different photos were taken before that one got shot. You know what I mean? The arguments there was.
People could have cropped someone out and put them somewhere else. Like,
there's people There's people out there that will go fly somewhere just to take a photo in front of a hotel just to fly back home.
Wow.
Ain't that sad?
That's one thing. Look, when I'm in a relationship, social media is one thing that I don't really do. I won't say now for the simple fact that I have to use it for the show and shit. But in a relationship, I would totally get rid of social media. Because number one, social media is gonna taint my brain and make me think things I've never thought before. Like, is she cheating on me? Is she doing this? Is she doing that? I don't want to think that shit. Which causes trust issues. And women who are in relationships who have social media who are arguing with their boyfriends for liking a big booty bitch's picture.
That's why you gotta get one that like them too.
Never beat that girl.
You gotta get one that like them too.
Right. Like, chances are he'll never meet this person. Mm-hmm. Is it disrespectful to the relationship? You can look at it like that. Yep. But overall, is it disrespectful to the relationship? No. Because you're now looking at someone who has something in their hand at all times, looking at women. You're judging them and arguing with them by their choice, which causes a problem. What was the culprit in this? Social media. Get rid of social media. While in a relationship, get rid of social media. Or only use it for certain things.
Yeah.
Never, like, damn near all of my girlfriends I was with had social media. And they used it to the high heaven. So, the way that I got myself away from it, I got rid of social media. So as they're arguing, or, well, not really arguing, but as they're looking at someone else, let's say a friend's post or something like that, and like, what the hell they mean by that? It's like, you would have never known what the hell they was talking about if you didn't have this.
Yeah.
So, I personally think that, and I would say with these dating apps, it's taken the approach out of the window. The approach is if I swipe right, if I swipe right. That's the approach now. Now you're waiting to see if you have a match. There is no, in the real world, there is no swipe right, swipe left. There is
hi. How you doing?
You say hello, you get to know them. If you don't have nothing in common, you move the hell on.
Did you ever get the ones that was like, I don't respond to hi. I want you to give me a paragraph.
I have yet to meet that person.
Yeah, there was a bunch. Yeah, there was a couple of them on POS. Yep, I don't respond to hi. Like, hold on, you don't respond to hi. I mean,
I'm
supposed to introduce myself by saying hi to you.
Let's continue. So, he points out that for the first time in known history, men have to rely on their personalities to get women. Okay, hold up. This is what I'll say about that. Patrice O'Neal brought this up. Now, he was kind of brutal when he spoke on it, but he made a point. Here was his point. He said, a man has to drive a nice car. He has to wear some fly clothes, make sure his shoes is clean. When he approaches the girl, he makes sure he has to have all the confidence in the world. Like, he can take over the world and stuff like that. And if she's by his side, he can conquer anything. What else did he say? He said with men have to have all the personality in the world in order to get a woman. He said, let's look at this on the flip side. What the hell does a woman have to do in order to get a man? Nothing. Other
Just
than
breathe.
what I pointed out earlier, in where is it at? Where's my long elaborate? Okay, this is what I said earlier when I answered the question of why is that men feel that punishment outweighs reward. This is what I said. Where's it? I said I can't find the beginning of this. Okay, I says a man doesn't have an issue. No, a man has an issue getting a woman,
Yeah.
not keeping a woman. A woman has an issue with keeping a man, not getting them. Here was my explanation behind the man's standpoint. A man wants to revel in his success of getting said woman. Show her off to her friends, to his friends and family. Just show them this is the woman that I'm dealing with. We're in love. I love her. She loves me, and whatever. When it comes to that was the last part. The first part is to the second part. So what was the first part? First part is we have to impress, pursue, and persuade a potential mate while we're good enough in a person of interest for them to be with. So yeah, the last part with that was so we can revel in our success of having her. So what I said with the woman is they have an issue with keeping us. Once they have us, they don't know how to keep us entertained, not just by sex, not just by seeking out our hold on, I said that wrong. To keep us entertained, not just by sex. I meant to put a period there.
Okay.
But by seeking our interests, but really intellectually paying close attention of what we actually want out of the relationship. That was the first part of why women can't keep a man. But they have no problem getting a man because she can look pretty, get our attention, laugh at our corny jokes, and show that she's interested. To get our attention. Hold on. Show that she's interested ad nauseum. Sounds crazy, but it is what it is. Takes no effort for a woman to get a man. It's just keeping them. That's all. Men, we have problems getting them because we get rejected more than what women do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I'm 100% agree with you on that. Like it really, there's something wrong with you if you can't get one.
right.
There's a bunch of us out here, and it's easy. It's really easy for them to get one.
Easy. Very easy. I just personally feel like that this show may help somebody that's thinking about not dating. But I will say this to that. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Just because one girl rejected you and you feel low doesn't mean that the next girl will. Because the first girl might think that you were a said lame.
Mm-hmm.
I've been called that plenty of times, and then I look at motherfuckers that they are now with or was trying to get with, and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't fit the stupid model. Okay, that's cool. That I'm more intelligent than what you know that I am, and you can't get over on me like you get over on him. Makes sense. Thank you for not how do you say this?
Not
By,
ruin my life.
well, that too, but not whatever my advance is to you. I don't know what the first word would be. Accepting my advances toward you. All right, let's continue. How long have we been on here?
We've been
3
over
hours and
3
8
hours,
minutes.
bro.
It's almost done. I probably won't get into some of this shit because we've been on here for 3 hours, and by the time I reach 3 hours and 30 minutes, I'm done. So let's get through this quick. He actually makes some thought-provoking points for why he thinks this is, which I'll touch on later. Since I'm single, a lot of what he said makes a certain amount of sense of sense compared to my personal experience with dating, and in some cases, it might explain some of the issues I've had. With my curiosity piqued, I fell into several rabbit holes about dating trends and feminist timelines to see if there might actually be something to Dapper Damo's idea. So his second idea is we're 2 generations removed from women not being able to have a bank account without a man. 3 out of 4, 3 to 4 removed from when they couldn't buy a home, couldn't work, couldn't get educated. They couldn't do shit without a man. That's harsh, but it's true. He also states a lot of men want the same relationship they saw their families had, but never thought to ask were the woman happy in those situations. The real answer is a lot of them weren't. But this is what I said in a monologue on the show.
Uh-huh.
I said this because because what sparked this show was what I said a few shows back in my monologue. So what I said was relationships aren't the same anymore is because we stopped looking at our past. And what do I mean by that? We stopped looking at grandma and grandpa, how they got together. I'm sure that everybody's grandparents told you their stories of how they got together, how they met, how they got married. So I took my great grandmother and my great grandfather, Pop Otis and Mom Daisy. Pop Otis, he met my grandmother, I believe, through. I think they was at like a little shindig back in the day, back in the 1920s.
Okay.
They both locked eyes. They saw each other. They liked each other. You know how that shit happened back in the day. You had to court a woman for a while. You also had to get the agreement of the father of the woman to sign off on you as a good guy as well.
Yep.
So from there, I believe he was in the army. I believe during I want to say World War One. I want to say maybe. He also, once he came back home, he bought a house and he had a family with her. Why? Because he trusted her. That's one thing that we don't do these days. We don't trust people when we're with them. It's some people that think like this. People have to earn my trust, which is true in some cases.
Yeah.
But if you're with someone, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should already be trusting them, because if you don't trust the person you're with, why are you in a relationship with that person?
Good question to ask. That's a great question to bring up, because a lot of people don't think about that right there. The whole point of you being in this relationship is because you've already made that conscious decision. You know what I'm saying? I like this person. I trust them. Let's move forward.
And you also got to look at this is one thing, and this guy I listen to, Zoe Williams. His podcast, his Wednesday podcast and his Thursday podcast is usually geared towards relationships. And the one thing he says, and he writes several books. I have 2 of them in my possession right now, and I'm about to get his 3rd book that he just released, called what is that book called? It's called the something Lighthouse. I gotta look this shit up because it's gonna bother me. His book is called The Shrouded Lighthouse. How to discover the silver lining in any situationship. Shift. Situation shift. His other books, he has The Relationship Dismount, how to... matter of fact, I'd rather get the book. I'm going off camera real fast. I'll be right back. Keep them talking, or keep them listening.
You think keep them talking?
Where's this book? I have it somewhere here. Boom. All right, I'm back. Okay. The relationship dismount. How to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship, and then he has the holographic relationship. Both of these books, I can say, I've read the first 2 chapters and put them down because I mentally was not ready for any of these books.
Okay.
I was like, I gotta do some growing before I read them books, for the simple fact that the information he has in the relationship dismount, I fucking was like, my dude, how you gonna drop all this science on relationships, and your audience may not be ready for it?
Yeah.
I'll just read the first sentence to you. Relationships can be likened to all forms of transportation. Even the train that Tanya is waiting for, our relationships can take us many places. Sometimes we delight in the journey and hope the trip never ends. Over time, we're impatient for the expected destination. When the trip is miserable, we may want to get off the train as soon as possible, even if we're not at our intended stop. Sadly, we may also feel at times like we've been thrown off the train. Yeah, but it's more science than that in that damn book. After the second chapter, because this is actually a workbook, after every chapter you have an exercise to do.
Okay.
So, and I really wasn't ready for it because chapter 4's exercise says putting these ideas into practice. Basically, everything that he spoke about in this chapter, and I think this kind of encompass whatever. It has everything in there. Are you ready to take a cold, hard, objective look at that relationship? Take a minute to think about how the ideas in this chapter relate to your life and experiences. Here's the first question: where did I blind myself in? Where did I blind? Sorry, I said blend. Where did I blind myself in this relationship? Where did I filter out what I didn't want to see? Second question: where in this relationship was I really dating an imbalanced idea? Third question: where did I deceive my partner in this relationship? Number 4, where in the relationship did I demand that my imbalanced expectations be fulfilled? Nigga,
You weren't ready for that.
I wasn't ready for that.
Uh-oh.
Because I wasn't ready to dig deep in the depths of myself
Uh-oh.
to try to figure out what imbalances weren't met and shit like that. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, that is deep.
Look, let me tell you what the first exercise after the first chapter is about. Let me see if I can get to it. Check this shit out. What are the golden nuggets from your past that you want to keep? What are the things that need facing and changing? These questions may help you start your own journey. Think of 3 people whose relationship with you, past or present, are having the biggest impact on your life right now. And then after that it says, for each of the 3 key relationships you picked, answer the following questions. What is and or was fulfilling, uplifting, and self-educating about that relationship? 2. What is and or was challenging, traumatic, and or painful about the relationship? 3. What would you change about the relationship if you could? 4. What would you do differently in the relationship or in a similar relationship in the future? Describe the way you see yourself now. And it says, I am in a line, you fill in the line. Describe the way you want to be, and then you fill in that line. The 5th question is, what do you think it will take to get from the way you see yourself now to the way you want to be? Wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. I get it.
Because at the time when I had bought that book, which was 7 years ago, I want to say.
Okay.
I really was in a space to where I could have read that book, but I know I personally couldn't finish it because that whole soul searching thing, I wasn't ready. But thirdly, Damo says, so fast forward to today, where a woman, truthfully speaking, don't need your ass. You gotta come harder than your ancestors. You gotta have some substance. Yes, we do. We do have to have substance.
Yep.
And when we're talking to women now, because a woman can easily get whatever they want by themselves without help.
Yeah, they don't need you. That thing comes in many different variations, man, with batteries.
Different sizes.
It can do stuff. So like,
it can go in, rotate, and vibe.
And then it's got a little thing on the top that, you know what I'm saying, helps out too. You know, it's hard to compete.
I'm not competing with that.
Yeah.
It goes in, rotates, and vibrates.
It turns on and off when she wants it to.
She has a in her head where she can turn it on and off whenever she wants it.
You know? That thing's never on when she don't want it.
Okay. That's the last thing. Yeah, that's the last thing on that. So since this is about to be over, let me go through maybe one of these. Let's not do the woman's history. Women's reality today. We can do men's reality today, and I guess we can do now what, and then I'll do the. I'll just list off these things that I wrote down on many ways dating has taken a turn for the worse, which I should do now. One, face to face isn't necessary anymore, which we just spoke about, so we don't really have to elaborate on that. Booty calls have taken over. We've all heard of Tinder, of course. We have. It's the app that mainstreamed the booty call.
Yeah.
No, I would say no. The movie Booty Call.
Netflix and chill. Yep.
Exactly.
That was phenomenal. It made so many babies
Yes, it did.
and caused so many trust issues.
Yeah, so we don't really have to go over that because we all know what booty calls is. But for the person who doesn't know what booty calls are, you call that night fighter that you really don't like being seen in public with. You give her a little call right about around this time. Be like, hey, at like 12 o'clock, what you doing? You gonna be up or you gonna be asleep?
You know, you don't even have to do any of that. You just say, yo.
Because I'm gonna be coming over at 12 o'clock. I'm
Doors
doing
open.
something now, but I'm gonna be over at 12 o'clock. I'm doing a
They just
podcast
text-
with
They
one of my
just text. They just text you back. Door open.
All right, cool. That's what a booty call is. Men no longer buy the drinks. Let's talk about this.
Where they do that at?
Let me give you what they say. Heading out to the nightclub or bar was always a great way to meet each other and flirt a little. Somewhere along the way, men stopped buying the drinks. It's simply called being polite. You go up and chat with a woman, sipping away on your drink without even offering to buy her one. When did this become acceptable? It's not about the free drinks. It's not about the money. It's a simple gesture to show a woman you like her without resorting to grinding her on the dance floor.
What the hell? I'm buying you a $15 drink for you to maybe speak.
Exactly.
You can kiss my ass.
Look, I've been wanting to answer this question all week.
You can kiss my ass.
Look, ladies, this is the reason why men don't buy drinks anymore. Because when we were young boys, we either had a dad, a cousin, or an older brother that said they would have stories where they would say, I bought a girl a drink and then I slept with her later on that night. Without them giving the full disclosure of what happened that night, that's what we thought. If we buy a girl a drink, we can fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Once that became untrue, in most cases, I never really had a problem with it. Or sometimes I would buy girls drinks just for them to get them out my face. Some people say that's stupid, but I'm like, but look, it works. Like I remember, and this happened like a couple years ago. I'm sitting with this guy that I work with. He was my drinking buddy. So we would go out to Waltz or whatever, and we would sit and drink or whatever. So who's this girl? I had seen her all the time. She was a cute chick. And she came up to me, and I had never spoke to her like ever. She comes up to me, she starts a conversation. Now, I'm skeptic. I'm very skeptical. So, a lot of what she was saying, I really wasn't listening to. Because I'm like, what's the end goal in this? Sooner than later, she said what she had to say, and then she goes, so you gonna buy me a drink? I said, no. I heard your little spiel. It was cute, but I can't. Nah, I'm good. I don't know you like that, nor do I want to get to know you like that. That's the reason why men aren't buying drinks. Because how does it go? It's like, okay, women, it's like when men ask for sex. By us wanting it, you don't want to give it to us. You just want to give it because you want to give it to us. It's the same thing. Don't demand a drink. Allow us to buy you one. It's been too
Mhm.
much of a demand for a man to buy a woman a drink at a bar or a club and then not see you the rest of the night. Bitch, you
Exactly.
walk off with $9.75 of my money.
Especially when you heard so many stories of them going, "Oh yeah, he just kept running his mouth, and then finally he bought me a drink. I was out, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, anybody trying to be that next guy?
I'm trying to be that motherfucker. I'm good.
You asked out on $15 because them
Right,
drinks can cost about $15
right.
now.
I done paid $9.75 plus tip. It was a damn good one too. $2, but I'm saying it's a damn good tip. All right.
Exactly. $2 of my hard earned.
Um, the fourth one is we're all too busy for dating, which I feel as though is true. Something has happened over the years. Years. Sure, we want to meet someone. Yes, we eventually want to settle down, but who has time to go out there and find the right person? The difference is women have this thing called a biological clock. If we want that family, then we are on a time frame. Once upon a time, a woman a woman were hold on, where am I at? Once upon a time, a woman were falling pregnant in their early 20s. They still do, but in earlier. These days, the average age of mothers have increased to between 30 to 34, which is a goddamn lie.
Yeah, that's not you. The average
Try
is still
15 to
young.
16. All right, try that number. Um, when when we are finally ready, well, 15 to 16 was our age
Yep.
demographic.
Yep.
Now
Fire. Yep.
probably would be maybe in their 20s, like maybe starting at 18. Let's say 18 to 21 now is the
Yeah.
norm. The latter of that is probably 30 to 34, but that's not the average age. Uh, when we are finally ready to settle down and have a family, we don't have the luxury to just keep putting it off again and again. So we take the shortcuts that were given. We skip the dating and head over for sex to get to know him immediately. We tell ourselves we don't need to waste time on the romance. We just need to know whether or not we're compatible. We convinced ourselves that it's okay not to date. It's okay to skip over all of that to get to the end goal. And when times isn't on our side, it's so easy to see why we accept this as the norm and go with it. What alternative do we have? Watch our opportunity to have kids float away while we try and coerce a guy to take us out on a date. That's another thing. Quit asking to go places. God damn
Yeah.
it! Like, why are you keep asking guys to do shit? Allow us to do it ourselves. That's all we ask. Because the end result of you allowing us to do it ourselves is much better than you asking us to do it. Much better. What say you, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. Like is it, saying allow us. That actually is a big one. Allow me to be a man. Saying sometimes with this generation now, that's definitely saying that's definitely now a thing.
Right,
you gotta you gotta remind like saying let me be in my place again. But
right.
times have changed.
Now, would you say times have changed for the worse or for the better?
It could be a little bit of both. I don't think you need to, hit the doom clock and say it's for the worst, because again, each situation is always different.
Right. Um, I would say for me, the whole. Let me see what this is called again, so I can collect my thoughts. We're all too busy to date. Yes, I feel like in this day and age, people are a little too busy to date because um I would take one date that I was on. This was years ago, probably like 2 years ago. Me and the girl kept making plans, but we kept missing each other or whatever. Like it was hard to get together because either she was always busy or I was always busy. So I had totally cleared my schedule with shit one day. I said, look, I'd really like to meet you and take you out to eat and get to know you and stuff like that. Why I'm doing this is because I didn't clear everything off my schedule to do, and I would like if you did the same so we could then get to know each other. She said, okay, we can do that. I took her out to eat. It took us probably another month or two to go on another date because that busy shit kept happening. I don't know what other people do in their lives, but I would suggest putting off time. If you do want to date somebody and they're of somebody of interest, I would say try to make at least some sort of time, even if it's an hour. Make some sort of time for the person that you feel as though that you want to date. I also want to suggest don't skip any areas of dating because you could end up on child support.
Yeah.
And I don't say that to be funny. I say that to be serious. But at the same time, I do say it because you could be laying down with somebody that you really don't like that much. Probably not at all. It's probably just a quick thing to do, and then probably won't talk to the person again. Like you have to be able to be willing to take all of the steps it takes to then be able to have somebody that you can call yours. If that makes any sense. Because by skipping one step, it's like this. It's like a child learning how to walk before they learn how to crawl.
Yeah.
Because, and the reason why I bring that up is because of this. It was a person who did learn how to walk before they learned how to crawl, and it was some development issues down the line for him. Like he didn't know how to do certain shit, all because when he was a baby he didn't learn how to crawl. There's certain things that you learn when you're a baby when you learn how to crawl. Where the article goes from there, I didn't read. I think I read the whole thing, but I don't remember it that much. But the key point is learn how to do everything in a relationship, not just a few things, because you're fucking your development up in your relationship.
I'll add to that. Each relationship you have, you need to at least walk away from that, at least taking something from that. You need to take something from that, learn from that. Like, look, all right, if this went bad in the last one, I don't want to repeat that. What did I do? And here's a big one. Not everybody usually takes a look at themselves.
Right.
And looks at the part that, saying they contributed to the relationship. They just look at what the other person did. They don't necessarily speak on what they did.
Right.
The relationship is not one person, it's both of y'all. So,
and I'll add to what you're saying. Relationships are a mirror. It's for you to reflect back at yourself, not to have this person reflect something to you. Or when you're in a relationship, you're not only learning about somebody else, which is minuscule, you're learning about who you you are as a person, which is the big part about that. You're learning what you can take, what you can't take, what you can tolerate, what you're not gonna tolerate. How you speak to someone, how that affects them. Like it's a mirror of yourself. And you don't want to not reflect on yourself. You don't want to be what's his name? Dorian Gray or a vampire. You don't want to not have a mirror around to look at yourself. You want to be able to look at yourself. Because, like he said, when you walk away from the relationship, you want to be able to take something from that, learn from it, and then use it when getting into the next relationship. If not, in life. That's all I have to say to that. Do you have any last words, my friend?
Just make smart decisions, people. I'll tell you what, honestly, for me, since I can't speak for single men anymore, honestly, when you are ready, when you are truly ready, and I've heard this honestly from a lot of old heads, you put out there in the universe what you want, and then
Exactly.
that's what you go for.
Exactly.
Put it out there, you say what you want, because there's nothing better than any man out there for any woman out there that knows what he wants before he gets into that relationship. You already know what you want. One of the worst things that a woman can deal with is a man that's saying he got into a relationship, got everything saying he so-called wanted, but he don't even really know what he wants.
Exactly. That's the worst thing you can do to a woman. Is not want what you wanted when you got into the relationship. Because you didn't basically wasted someone's time.
And you can never get that back.
Exactly. Time waits for no man. Alright, in closing, I'll say this. Dating involves costs and trade-offs, double binds, and unknown frustrations. However, can be explained. The choices may not always be ideal, but satisfaction can be obtained which with a bit of knowledge, as we just spoke about. I wish you the best no matter what you choose. We are in very different times in history right now. It is a social flux period where many men and women are not satisfied socially and biologically. Outside of traditional and religious areas or very progressive arrangements, the majority of men and women are struggling. They are caught between conflicting social demands and biological motivations. Until something changes, the best we can all do is adapt and find our own unique way. Overall, dating for men also involves costs and trade offs, double binds, and unknown frustrations. However, can be explained. The choices may not always be ideal, but some satisfactions can be obtained with a bit of knowledge. I wish you the best no matter what you choose. Choose thoughtfully what is right for you. And people, that is the show. This was a banger, my friend. I thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, bro.
And look, don't be a stranger. Whenever you want to come on, you let me know, all right? Because I had so much fun tonight.
No,
I'm
not a problem, man. We're gonna do
and
this
fall the fuck
again. Yeah, we're gonna do this again, man.
All right, let the people know where they can find you.
Oh man, you guys can find me on Twitter here. Let me see. I'll make it a little bit easier here. Load up something for them. I think you might have to approve this for this thing.
Okay, yeah, I see it. Boom.
Yeah, you see it now? There you go. That's where you guys can find my podcast, man. Y'all just come there and check me out anytime. There we go. Yep, that's perfect right there.
Yeah, everybody, please follow this man, alright? Please go to his channel and subscribe like you did to me. Look, I'm still a small YouTuber myself. So subscribe to me, subscribe to him. Have a subscribe festival, alright? You know what I mean? We're just trying to get out our dreams. I'm trying to make people think a little differently.
Damn right.
Tell them what your podcast consists of.
Usually my podcast can usually consist of wrestling, but also we've added a lot of times just talking about my personal thoughts. I try to have some mental health conversations for any fellas that are out there, because I definitely want my focus on just helping us fellas just get better and for us to be better men. Also, we've also added some movie and TV reviews now that we do on the show as well. So kind of just do a little jack of all trades on the podcast. Definitely be welcome to have you on there too, man.
Man, look, just let me know when I can come on and I'm there.
Right.
All right, man. I'll catch you later. I'm gonna close this show out.
All right, man.
Look, thank you for coming on. I didn't know if you was gonna be here. That's the reason why I sent you the link, just in case, because I was gonna do this show, and usually I have like several videos that go along with my points. I only had 2, and I only had to play one. The last one.
Oh no, you was on it, man. You had everything written down. I'm like, now I got to look at my show now. I'm like, I need to type some shit out now. Like,
most of all this stuff comes from articles. I'm just reading from articles that I thought made sense to what I wanted to talk about. Smart. And usually, because YouTube's a funny thing.
Yes,
when I first started coming on here, my whole show was written. Like, I was basically reading a paper like this the whole time. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was like, yes, this is the show. My name is Marcus Speaks. Blah, 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 blah. I got away from that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to freestyle my shows from now. Then they started getting a whole bunch of and I did this, and I did that, and I was like, it took this lady at work, said, look, you need to start getting your shit together, because all these and uhs is making people feel like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I said, okay.
I try to work on that too, so you're not alone, man.
So
that will get you.
That's when I was like, what if I wrote the show down, what I wanted to talk about, while freestyling? That's what I do now. Because most of the things that I like, because I put everything that I want to say in gray, and everything else is in black. Usually, I just read the first sentence and then go from there. So, they're getting what I've read. I'm giving it to them, as well as getting my opinion. I'll throw a video in there to go along with my point. And to me, I think this show is a well-balanced show. Just nobody knows about this shit yet. So only 9 people who subscribe that doesn't watch. I guess I get views, but not as many views as I have subscribers. So yeah. But like I said, I thank you for being on here, man, for chiseling the time out of your busy schedule that you had today.
No problem, man.
I thank you for being here. And with that, people, please go and subscribe to his goddamn podcast. I ain't gonna ask you.
It's the PVO show, man.
and while y'all are there, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell icon to all. Alright, before I gotta punch you in your face. Alright, I'm actually gonna close the show now. So, thank you, friend, for being here. Don't be a stranger, come back here. Even if you in the chat, you like, hey, let me jump in. I'll send you the link. I'll be like, here you go. There you go.
My man.
So,
anytime, bro.
All right, man. All right, people. This is what I want to do. I am going to play that last video for y'all just because we had such a good show. I don't want it to stop just yet. So, here we go.
Get up and go on with your life. It's all right to sit around, be depressed for a minute, cry about it, do whatever you have to, but don't stay there too long. Get up and go on with your life. That's what I learned in all these years on this earth. If somebody want to walk out of your life, let them go. Especially if you know you done everything you can do, you done sat around and been the best man or the best woman you could be, and they still want to go, let them go. Whatever they're running after, they'll see what they had in a minute, but by then it's going to be too late. Half these people you be sitting around crying about it, worry about 2-3 years from now, you ain't going to even remember their last name. How many times you done seen folks somewhere, you be like, what the hell was I thinking? I be like, what was wrong with me? What was I going through? I must have been lonely as hell to hook up with you. Some people come in your life for a lifetime, some come for a season. You got to know which is which. You're going to always mess up when you mix them seasonal people up with lifetime expectations. They got people that got married with people they was only supposed to be with for a season. Listen, I put everybody that come in my life in the category of a tree. Some people are like leaves on a tree. Wind blow, they over here. They unstable. Season change, they wither and die. They gone. That's all right. That's some people. Most people in the world are like that. They just there to take from the tree. They ain't there to do nothing but take and give shade every now and then. That's all they can do. But don't get mad at people like that. That's who they are. They ain't gonna never be nothing. That's what they put on this earth to be, but be what they are, a leaf. Some people are like a branch on that tree. You gotta be careful with them branches too, because they'll fool you. They'll get there, make you think they're a good friend and they're real strong, but the minute you step out there on them, they'll break and leave you high and dry. But if you find you 2 or 3 people in your life that's like the roots at the bottom of that tree, you are blessed, because them the kind of people that ain't going nowhere. Them roots wasn't there, that tree couldn't live. You understand? A tree can have 100 million branches, but only a few roots down at the bottom to make sure it get everything it needs. I'm telling you something. When you get you some roots, hold on to them, but the rest of it, let it go. Just let it go. Let folks go. Ain't nobody say it was going to be easy, but it'll get easy when you learn how to love yourself. When you get to a point in your life where you look at people and you go, okay, wait a minute, you or me, you will make a decision. When you telling folks to do something, they say, look, this thing you doing right here, that's going to cause a problem. You need to fix that, because if we're going to be friends, we're going to be cool, you got to fix that. And if you don't, we're going to have an issue. If you see somebody fix it or they even trying to fix it, that's somebody that care. Keep them people around. That's a leaf that's trying to grow up and be something else. You understand? But if you tell somebody that what you're doing is hurting me and I need you to stop it, and they keep doing it, they don't care. Move on. Let them go. No matter how much it hurt, let them go. And it'll get easy. I promise you, every day it'll get easier and easier and easier. But you just got to make it through. People have to learn how to be alone. I don't understand all these people. Oh, I need somebody. Lord, where's my man? Lord, where's my woman? That is crazy as hell. If you don't know how to be by yourself, what you going to do with somebody else? Stop praying about it. Shut up and wait. Go work on you here. That's what that time is for, to get yourself together. I'd rather be in a corner by myself with a puppy and a goldfish and be happy than to be sitting around with somebody in my house. I'm wondering what the hell they there for. You would be surprised the things people put up with just to have somebody to say they love them. I don't understand. I can't live in dysfunction. I'm sorry. I done come through too much, been through too much hell and high water to come there and let you come up in my adult life where I'm supposed to be at peace and give me all kind of hell. Only 2 places on this earth you're going to have peace: the grave and your house. Now, if you can't walk up in your house and you ain't got no peace, something wrong. I'm sorry.
Yes, people. Please take that in, digest that, all right? Because it goes well with what we spoke about today. And I would say with that, everybody, do what makes you happy. Alright? So everybody, if you could, every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do a thing called Marcus Speaks Play. It's where I play video games. So when you guys play those said video games, y'all can just take what I did and redo it as well. Every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do this little thing called a podcast, alright? Where I give you guys all types of information that you can use, or you can either have some newfound knowledge that you didn't have before. Alright? Just like tonight. could, don't forget when I go live 6:30 p.m. every day, or every weekend. I mean, Friday and Saturday at 6:30 p.m. So check me out, alright? I don't like it, alright? Also, if you have any sort of show idea, show recommendation, game recommendation, feel free to put them either in the live chat or put them in the comment section. Or you can do this one thing for me. Hit me up in my DMs and let me know. And the way you can do that is on social media, of course. Because you don't have my phone number. So hit me up on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast, on Facebook at Marcus Speaks. My group page on Facebook is Marcus Speaks Podcast. All you got to type in, put in / Marcus Speaks PC, all one word. Alright? And I'm also on Twitter at Marcus Speaks 25. Also, I'm on Twitch. That's where I also do my gaming stream as well. Hopefully in the near future. The only two places I will have to stream to is YouTube and Twitch. Only for the simple fact that it's a hassle on my computer live streams to all these places. Also, I have a second channel, Marcus Speaks Play. Alright? That's where I exclusively do Marcus Speaks Play as well as on my main channel. So if you could, the links are in the description below. Hit both of them up, subscribe, hit that bell icon to all. And if you could, check out all of my links that's in my description. My social medias are there, Twitch is there, both of my channels are there. So if you want to hit all of those up, follow me, subscribe, hit the bell icon to all. Send me some bits on Twitch. I don't know what that means yet, but I heard it's a good thing. So if you want to do all of that for me, please do so. I am streaming live using Restream.com, streaming to YouTube and Facebook tonight. On my game stream nights, I stream everywhere to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So if you guys want to check me out, or check this video out, you go to my group page or my personal Facebook page. This video will not be there, but the link will be in its place. So hit me up, on here. Watch on YouTube. This is probably the best place you can watch my show. All right. And lastly, if you could, please like this video, share this video, okay? And hit that bell icon to all when you subscribe. It helps me out, alright? By helping y'all. So, with that being said, thank y'all for watching. I'll check y'all out next week, alright? I might have something special tomorrow, so keep watching. Peace out.